The information shared during this live stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. All trades, ideas, and strategies discussed are my personal opinions and are not recommendations to buy or sell any securities. Trading involves risk, and you should always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions. You are solely responsible for your own trading.
Top of the morning, traders, and happy Tuesday, May 12th. And welcome to the most value-packed live trading show, where we live trade, break down charts, cover high-impact events, and talk trader mindset. We had a huge red folder catalyst in the pre-market, so off the open, let the market digest the data. The data that we got was CPI core, CPI, Consumer Price Index. That gives us an insight on how inflation is looking from the consumer's standpoint. It came in a little hotter than expected. It came in hotter than the previous reading. So right off the bat, guys, let the market digest the data before taking any trades. Stick to your plan, trade your trades. Okay, if you see your setups, take your setups, manage your trade accordingly. What happened yesterday stays in yesterday. What happens today stays in today. We'll look for the best opportunity. I don't have a particular bias coming to the day. I'm just looking to take advantage of the best opportunities. So when this thing opens up, guys, let the market digest the data first. Let the market digest the data. All right, everyone on YouTube, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. 100 likes before 10:30. 100 likes before 10:30. We will do the giveaway. Okay, let's snap the giveaway drought, and it's the ball is in your court to do that, guys. All right, giveaways are always available, but I need the likes. Let's get the likes up. 100 likes on YouTube. We will before 10:30. We will do the giveaway. Let me just take off the view up here real quick. So we're gapping down. There is a gap that we need to address. And that gap is the gap that came in on, I believe that was on, okay, NVIDIA's starting to go here. Okay, that was on Friday. The Friday gap up, we do need to address at some point in time. So we're open. So right off the bat, guys, a lot of those things are gapping down. SPY gapping down. First gap down we did see in about 10 days possibly. First legitimate gap down we are seeing. CPI data. That's the reaction we're getting off that CPI data. VIX, where's the VIX? Let's take a look at the VIX here. As you're coming in, smash the like button on YouTube, guys. As you're coming in, make sure to like the video. If you're looking to join us every single morning for comprehensive pre-market prep, go over the ideas, game plan in detail, make sure to join our community. Okay, make sure to join our community. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Sol Invictus. Good morning, Fish. Good morning. And God bless you and your family and your health, your economy, and your followers in the name of Jesus Christ. Smash the like button. Amen, amen. God bless everyone. The energy that you bring every day and the life that you speak every day, Fishman, is truly appreciated. Okay, so thank you. As always, good morning, guys. Good morning. All right, so we're at that daily downside breaker, testing that VWAP here. First one to go to the downside, interestingly, is the Dow. The Dow was the leader in the pre-market. Now it's starting to slide. It's below that 50% retrace the daily. So right off the bat, everything is starting to push the downside. So my shockwave army, guys, continue to be patient. There isn't anything too clean so far. All right, so we have to wait. We are seeing Amazon trying to take a tick to the upside. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, nice breakdown on the Dow. The Dow was the leader, and now the leader is dumping. The Dow is the leader, now the leader is dumping. So we have PML coming up at that 735.38. PML is right there. So everything, all the index ETFs are right to kick things off. So SPY joins the Dow. SPY joins the Qs. SPY joins the Qs, and SPY joins IWM, as they're both below that daily downside breaker. Only difference is both those names, IWM and the Qs, open below that level. All right, so again, let's see what does take place here. CPI data. The first few minutes, unless you're a momentum scalper, all right, and you know how to navigate, there isn't nothing for you. Just wait. Just continue to wait, let the market digest the data. So our first legitimate gap down in some time. We're at that daily downside breaker. View up coincides with that daily downside breaker as well. So everything's selling off here. Interestingly enough, NVIDIA's pushing. Walmart, also a name we're going to pay attention to, guys. All right. To the upside. If we get a small rotation into the Dow's dumping. The Dow's dumping. IWM dumping. Qs are getting bought off those lows. SPY trying to hold that daily downside breaker as we approach this neckline. Folks on YouTube, do you see anything? If you go to the hourly time frame, if you go to the 15-minute time frame, and you zoom out the past 5 days, is there a pattern that you see potentially brewing? Okay, if you see that pattern brewing, let me know. I will discuss that pattern with you guys shortly. But I want you to be able to recognize those patterns before they take place and see how you can put yourself in position to potentially capitalize off that pattern. All right, so if you zoom out to the 15-minute time frame, if you have your charts open, zoom out to the 15, zoom out to the hourly, and get a snapshot of the past 3 to 5 days. Okay, what do you potentially see brewing? Okay, what do you potentially see brewing? Let me know in the chat on YouTube. Let me know in the chat on YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Good morning, Hussein. Yeah, the dashboard will be available soon, guys. All right, I'm still putting the finishing touches on it. A lot of things going on. NVIDIA making a solo mission to the moon. All right, solo mission on NVIDIA to the moon as everything dumps. About to make an all-time high. 222.30 is at all-time high. I have last Friday's gap. I have the gap Elion here. TOG's at 734.71. BOG's at 731.64. G50 733.17. Now Apple is trying to push above that PMH. The only thing pumping here, guys, is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up pumping. Nice little retrace reject off what? All right, that's available for a scalp. As everything dumps, the only thing that the name that had the strength out of the four, out of the big four, okay, index ETFs, the only thing that had strength was the Dow. So the Dow gave up its strength. That's telling. So what we're seeing is NVIDIA is pushing, Walmart is pushing. Okay, there goes SPY. Retrace, reject off that daily downside breaker. All right. The PML is right there. So do buyers pick this thing up off of PML? And I'm also adding a new feature to the Shockwave, guys. It's called noise suppression. All right. So noise suppression is, once it breaks, it's an option you can put on where it blocks out the noise. So if you're a trader that likes to hold on to those trades, you want to hold on to those runners, right? There's a setting in there where you can block out the noise, and it paints the candles a certain color, right? If you want to really make those runners run, if you're at that stage where you're ready to do that. If not, you can have that feature off. So a couple of upgrades are coming for Shockwave 15 2.0. That's coming out soon. As you're coming in, guys, make sure to like the video on YouTube. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Poll question for today. Sentiment check. Are you bullish or bearish? 62% of the chat is bullish so far. April 20th and 29th in 15 minutes for SPY. I may be wrong. I'm just a beginner. This coincided with that 5-minute orb structural break. Okay, now the Dow is at that daily downside breaker. There's a break below it. Everything's below VWAP. Everything is red so far to open things up. We're seeing a sell-off. We did have a pretty significant spike in the CPI number. All right, the market can do whatever it wants with it, but that is a pretty significant spike. Remember, CPI measures inflation from the consumer standpoint. The year-over-year number is what I'm talking about. So SPY is headed towards that PML. So this is a nice retrace reject. Okay. So there's a nice retrace reject of a key level. You can see multiple things taking place. Reject. Plus pattern. Okay, you can see that nice breaks below it, retrace reject, compresses, breaks down. Key level, comes back, rejects, price action, pattern. So candidate for Shockwave to the upside, I would say. Some early candidates, we're seeing some strength on Walmart, we're seeing some strength on NVIDIA, we're seeing some strength on Apple as well. See Apple can cross that PMH. NVIDIA is looking to make that push into ATH. Some candidates to the downside, Amazon for the puts. Tesla's above that PMH as well, so Tesla has some strength as well. See if Tesla can stay above PMH. See if Tesla can stay above it. That would be great. All right, so this area provides a retrace reject opportunity. Targeting that PML. We do have a key zone here. Key zone, key zone, key zone. Key zone. Okay. See, you get that nice little retrace reject. We're in that neckline. My US. NVIDIA. I'm gonna keep a close eye on NVIDIA. I'm gonna get some contracts for NVIDIA ready. All right. What you can do in the meantime is start to, for my shock waivers, you can start to make a contract watch list for names that are brewing. All right. Contract watch list for names that are brewing. So you're not shuffling. You're not shuffling mid trade. I'm looking at the 225 calls on NVIDIA. Okay. I'm going to trade NVIDIA, so I'm looking at. Okay. Meta starting to wake up here. Meta, that 600 retest is coming up. Tesla's trying to wake up. NVIDIA is a tremendous strength. So it would help NVIDIA continue to accelerate as if the SPY can reclaim that territory. Look at the Qs. Qs, nice reclaim on the Qs. Nice reclaim on the Qs there. Of that VWAP. Fell below VWAP, went tweezer bottom. Immediate push back the upside. See if SPY can reclaim this rejection zone. This is a rejection zone prior to 8 reclaiming it. So coming into it, we have to favor the bears there until proven otherwise. Okay, Meta is another candidate. Meta. Meta is headed back towards that 600. That reclaim 600 will be critical. Tesla's also a candidate as well. The 3 names that I mentioned are to the upside. Tesla's IVs are through the roof, so keep that in mind. It's a nice rejection there for a nice little scalp. Nice rejection there for a nice little scalp. The Dow is dumping. So the Dow is dumping. So for SPY to continue the dump, the Dow needs to do what it's doing, and the Qs need to try to get back to VWAP. The Qs are also testing that daily downside breaker. So if the Qs can't overcome 708.92, the Dow continues to dump. All right, more than likely SPY will start to head towards PML. More than likely SPY will start to head towards PML. Okay. Keep a close eye on that. Tesla starting to push. Microsoft falling off a cliff. NVIDIA very strong. NVIDIA very strong. NVIDIA very strong here. NVIDIA very strong. Good morning, Cowboy. Or Cowboys03. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, guys, we have over 160 people in the chat. Take a minute, smash the like button on YouTube. Okay, take a minute, smash the like button on YouTube if you haven't already. It goes a long way in sending the stream out to traders who are looking for this kind of content as we continue to build our community. Okay, nice push up, guys. Nice push up on the Qs. Qs are looking to get above that PMH. Okay, nice push on the Qs. Okay, that 710 is quickly approaching on the Qs. Triple top, didn't look at the 15 though. Yeah, I can see that. little toppy there with that PMH. Look at NVIDIA, guys. NVIDIA just shot out of a cannon. NVIDIA shot out of a cannon. And this is primarily due to the Qs. So to make that bullish case, the Qs just need to do what they need to do, aka stay above 708.92. Okay. And the down needs to gravitate towards that 494.80, back the upside, and we can start to launch off on SPY here. All right. So again, we have this daily downside breaker there. We're trying to reclaim that area there. We have that jaws the gap. The gap down, our first gap down. Let's see how sensitive that gap is. How quickly can we fill it if we do decide to fill it? That G50 is right there. Okay. G50 right here. So this gap, look at that. This gap along with that weekly downside breaker give us a nice key zone. Give us a nice little key zone. Okay. SPY sandwich between that test zone. Here, this is a SPY. This is where SPY sandwiched. Okay, so do we get some kind of expansion or do we go back and forth? I'll be telling. If we go back and forth, mean reversion setups will be there. If we go expansion, we can take either side of the expansion. Okay, as long as it moves, we'll try to put ourselves in position to be there. Okay, there we go. All right. NVIDIA, it's 223.74. Keep a close eye on that. That's into all-time highs. That's into all-time highs. So you're buying high, looking to sell higher. VIX starting to slide. SPY, okay, above that 737.22. Potential breakdown on Amazon brewing as well to the downside if the market starts to slide. Amazon, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the 260 puts. Those are very small account friendly. Keep a close eye on that. If the market starts to slide, Amazon can start to slide. Keep a close eye on Microsoft as well to the downside if the market starts to slide. Okay, there we go. The Dow continues to dump, guys. Dow continues to dump. IWM on watch as well. Look at this. If the Qs give up 708.892, sliding coming. The Dow is still weak. Keeping a close eye on Amazon for that failed double bottom. That's what I'm looking for. If we do start to slide, no double bottom coming in, clear that, and we can start to go. Okay. Looking at the Amazon puts here. So we have to rule out that this doesn't go to a bottom, all right? Microsoft brewing as well for the puts. SPY, of course, if we're looking to take the puts on SPY via shockwave, be mindful that PML is right there. PML is right there. Okay. IW. You're not going to get away this time. All right. 282 puts on IW. Watching that as well. Okay, IW is starting to trigger here. So IW, let's take a look at IW on the one. IWM, that is. See if you can hold right there. So you get that retrace reject on IW. Come back and retest that low, and I'll be there on IW to the downside. Okay, I want that nice little bounce. Come back into it. I'll take IW right there. Okay, see I can get filled on IW. IWM, that is. Okay, couldn't get filled at 90. Let me cancel that order. Try to get filled at 90. So you get one more little bounce. IW looking like wants to go. If you did get filled on IW puts, good, good, good. Manage accordingly. That weekly 50% retrace is right there. I couldn't get filled at 90. See if I can get one more little pop back the upside. IW for the puts. IWM, that is. Just one little pop to the upside. One little pop. One little pop. SPY's coming into that territory as well. Okay. Biggest danger for those shorts. There's a double bottom there. Okay. Okay, I'll take IW right there off that retest. Didn't get full confirmation, but I want to wait for that. Just want to be in it. Cross back up. Full unit of risk. All right, so now if IW starts to slide, we're able to get filled at 92. 50% retrace, the only thing holding us back right here. If the entire market starts to slide, IW can start to go. If you did take IW inputs, manage accordingly. Okay, if you did take it, manage accordingly. Up 4. The big thing for IWM, guys, it needs to break those lows. It needs to break those lows. We can start to rock and roll. Okay, IW. SPY, watch out for the puts as well on SPY. IWM up 10. Okay, get that continued push lower. Feel free to take profits, guys, on IWM. Up double digits if you want to scalp it. By all means. Up 13. 14. 15, 16 on IW. Take a majority off right there on IW at 16. Okay, down to runners. First scale out 16% IW. I want us to stay below that 50% retrace the daily. 50% retrace the weekly, I should say. Okay, IWM, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Runners are going to start to run. Keep a close eye on SPY, up 17. All right, so IW for the win today. My risk is going to be adjusted to that weekly 50% retrace. Up 18. Now watch out for that double bottom. If that can fail, we can start to go. So no close back above this territory. And I'll let the runners run. Okay. So I'll shift my focus to Amazon. Shift my focus to Amazon and to SPY here. SPY is also brewing, guys. Who took IWM? Walmart about to break out to the upside. Keep a close eye on that. If you took IW, dollar signs in the chat. Okay, see if you get that risk reward box to get drawn on SPY. Keep a close eye. IWM up 23. Let's take a look at SPY here. Okay, so this is what I modified is, you guys asked for the break entry. What I modified is the first one is the break entry. I modified my entry to the break instead of the break and hold here. So if I do the 2-bar hold, that probably won't show up. But if you do the break, it's going to show up. You can see. So it depends on what filters you have on. All right, so if I have the break and hold, there's nothing. If you have the break on its own, it will show up. IWM up 28%, guys. TP where you need to. IW up 30, 32, 34. About to hit TP on IW. Beautiful trade in IW. Here's the noise suppression feature. That's the noise suppression feature. Okay, scale on IW. Okay, scale on IW. So what it does, the noise suppression feature, what it does is it paints all the candles red so you don't get shaken out. But of course you have to Also do your due diligence and have market awareness. Okay, so I'll have my stop right here. Okay, see if we can hit target right there. You can always take that off. We are starting to bounce here on SPY. IW for the win. See if the runners can really start to go here. Scale out already provided. Who took IWM? First trade of the day, IWM working out nicely, guys. Nvidia's coming back into play. Okay, I'll give it a second here. See if we can drop one more time. Stay below this candle's high. So at least we can extract 15 out of it, 20 out of it. IWM's target is all the way down here. That 5 still looks good. See if we get one more slide to the downside. There we go, IW. There we go. That's the noise suppression feature. So it doesn't avoids you getting shaken out with your runners. All right. Still refining it. All right. One is stable right there. No close back above there. So I'll at least get 30% out of that, out of those runners. Okay. SPY, see SPY can come back into play. Does IW hit target? Okay, SPY is starting to break down. The Q gave up that VWAP. IW is up 40%, guys. IW is up 41%. Okay. I'll close it right there for 38. All right. Close it right there for 38. Thank you very much. IWM, if you're still holding to target, good, good, good. If you're not, that's fine as well. All right. So that is what the noise suppression feature looks like. Okay, those are the 2 updates coming up on Shockwave. All right. I've been testing in the background. Okay, see SPY comes into play. If you're taking the break, SPY's break already taken place. If you're taking the 2-bar hold, continue to wait. If you took the break, you're into the downside. Walmart is firing on all cylinders, guys. Walmart is firing on all cylinders. Meta, nice break on Meta to the upside. Scale out on Walmart. All right, so it depends on what your entry. Okay, so if I say break or 2-bar hold, all that is what it looks like. So you can make the adjustment accordingly. TP1 hit on IWM, guys. That should at least be 50%. That should at least be 50%. If you took SPY to the downside, okay, scale out. Scale out if you need to. We're at that PML territory, at that PML to hold. How are we doing, team? Out in IWM, beautiful job. In Walmart, beautiful, beautiful, Carlos. Walmart is ripping and roaring. IWM 2 trades, green, good, good, good. Stop loss hit, good, good, good. Nvidia's coming up. I have my alert right there. The good guy. Or puts, beautiful, beautiful. IWM, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful job on IW. 15% IW. Good, good, good. Out Nvidia, thank you again. Good, good, good. Stopped out in Nvidia. 50% retrace, beautiful job. Walmart looking good. Walmart, yep, beautiful job catching on Walmart, guys. So whenever the market starts to push lower, we know Walmart's our go-to, our go-to, our go-to, our go-to. Microsoft is also breaking down. Microsoft, those contracts are not as friendly as far as price is concerned. If you have more capital, you can make it work, right? But I try to give those ideas that are friendly to all accounts. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so scale out on this move if you need to. All right, so you can see the noise suppression feature is all the way down here. So for the update, it's going to be here. So if you want to take that off, you can do that. All right, but what a lot of you are telling me is, hey, you know what? The You're trading shockwave, but you take your profits and you want to find a way to really milk the runners. Right? You're at the level where you're consistently taking profits. I don't recommend you putting this on if you're not consistently taking profits. But you want to milk the runners. Right? That's what the noise suppressant feature does. All right? There's no 100% guarantee. But what allows you to say is, hey, you know what? As long as this thing stays red, and I already take a majority off, see if I can hit a home run. 27% Walmart. Beautiful job, guys. Yeah, Walmart is a mover. Walmart just reclaimed that 200 EMA on the hourly. All right, so for you to take that Walmart trade, Apple is starting to go as well. Apple is starting to go as well. Keep a close eye on Apple. So I'll show everyone on YouTube the latest dashboard that we're working on. All right, so now you don't have to have 10, 15 tickers open. Not this. That's my other dashboard. This is what it looks like in real time, strikers. And my shock waivers, I can't wait to release this. Okay. It's going to be a game changer. There goes Apple. Boom. All right, so you can see Apple calls. Meta calls, tells you when to get in. Walmart calls, Broadcom calls, Lilly calls, QCOM puts, Tesla puts, Microsoft puts. And what sectors are starting to move? All right, the only sector that's green so far that triggered the calls is XLV. And the VIX is pushing the upside for the calls as well. All right, so outside of those names, what are you going to wait for? Wait for Google. ExxonMobil hasn't went yet. SoFi, MU, Intel. So you can change these 6 names here and keep everything else the same. So Apple, Meta, Walmart for the calls. Walmart, your entry would be that 120.55 territory. The calls came in at 9.56. All right, so instead of having 20 tickers open, you already have this one cohesive dashboard. Okay, and it's not going to be, it's going to be a separate, okay, SPY hit TP. So what happens is, team, when it hits TP, it goes back to being a regular color. All right, so you can squeeze the TP out of that beautifully, guys. Good, good, good. So again, this is a key zone. So you have to also have chart awareness to know that there's a key zone and we can see some buyers step in there. Tesla starting to push. Walmart, congratulations, folks, on Walmart. Scale out on the Qs. So no horse in the race on SPY. The only horse that we had this morning was IWM. Nice push on IWM to the downside. Okay, Amazon, my friend Amazon. How we doing, Amazon? Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. I want to see a nice hole below that level, Amazon. I'm looking at the, these are small account friendly. I'm looking at the 260s on Amazon with the puts. Okay, I'll take Amazon right there. Okay, to the downside. I'm in the puts for Amazon. If you want to wait for full confirmation, continue to wait. My risk is I'm in the Amazon puts. Manage accordingly. What we need here is, of course, Amazon to fully break down. If SPY can fully break down below those lows, that'd be great. So second trade, Amazon up 5. TP if you need to, guys. If SPY can break down below that key zone, Amazon can start to go. I want Amazon to hold. When it's all said and done, it still can wick. I want that 5-minute candle on Amazon to hold below those lows. Amazon up 7, 8. Did flash close to 10. Okay, up 8. TP if you need to, guys. If you need to take some profits, by all means, do so. Up 12 on Amazon. I'm going to take a majority off right there on Amazon at 12. Okay, up 14 on the runners. Okay. What can really take Amazon over the top is I want Amazon to stay below that 264.64. What can really take Amazon over the top is if SPY can break below here. Okay, if SPY can do that, more than likely Amazon continues to push. If you TP on Amazon, good. If we bounce off that level on Amazon, already a double-digit extraction on Amazon. So it's gonna this was gonna help it. Break below this low, break below these lows on SPY, continue push lower, Amazon goes. If we bounce off of that, Amazon retraces back to that initial entry. Okay, so for that sake, I want us to blast past that key zone. So make sure the TP already. It did flash about 14-16% on Amazon. I have my stop at that close to that break-even territory. Okay, no surprise, SPY starting to bounce there. Amazon starting to bounce as well. So quick scalp on Amazon. We'll give Amazon a second here. My stop on Amazon is up here. I've adjusted it to 264.65. Give it a little bit of a buffer there. See, he wants to go retrace, reject off of that and slide one more time. Let's pan over to Amazon. Actually, I'll keep SPY there because it gives us some insight. All right, so Amazon, nice trade on Amazon, guys. See if the runners can go. If SPY bounces and reclaims this, then Amazon probably starts to get back into that range. So I need SPY to reject off of this. If SPY can reject off of that, Amazon will reject off of it as well. I want to retrace, reject on Amazon. We'll sit through it. If once that alert goes off, I'll get stopped out on the runners on Amazon. Okay. I'm out on Amazon on those runners. -4. Okay, so 13% extraction and then stopped out on the runners -4. If it comes back into play, if SPY rejects off of this, right, Amazon can come back into play. SPY rejects off of that, Amazon can come back into play. And I might hit that one more time on Amazon. New 15-minute candle, if SPY reclaims that area. Okay, Amazon cross back up. So quick double-digit scalp on Amazon. If you're going to fall back under 264, 264.53, Amazon will be good to go. SPY already hit target, guys. SPY already hit target. Okay, SPY already hit target. Walmart coming for that retest. Swing on that Nvidia. Nvidia, if it can come back into play, that's going to be into all-time highs, more all-time highs. VIX close to 19. IWM 70%. Beautiful job, Firefly. So Amazon turned out to be a nice scalp. Double-digit scalp. Right, so when the market started to bounce. Still keeping a close eye on Amazon. Okay. See, SPY can reject out of that one more time. Right, very tight runway between here and here. Okay, very tight runway. All right, I'll possibly lean towards that reclaim because we're coming off that key zone. Okay, so 2 trades so far. Both trades work in our favor. Okay, trade of the day so far, trade of the shift so far, IWM. Okay, Apple starting to course correct here. Okay, SPY takes another dump. I'll keep a close eye on Walmart. Who's done for the day? 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 How we doing on YouTube, folks? How we doing on YouTube? Tesla. Okay, Tesla. Nice drop on Tesla to the downside. Starting to bounce now. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. I don't want to hit the like. I don't want to share. Gatekeeping it. We got to share, guys. We got to share. We got to share. We got to share. All right. How are we doing on Google Meets, guys? I'll probably have one more. If you took the retrace reject there, okay, you're there. If you want to reload, double dip. I'll look for another one before first shift, but again, if that's it. But again, it's a very tight range. Think of this as a scalp range, right? Not a lot of runway, not a lot of room to the downside unless it breaks below this territory. Okay. So that was what I was looking at on. That was basically what the thinking behind the Amazon setup. Apple, guys. Apple, if you took Apple for the calls, scale out. Apple, if you took Apple for the calls at 293, you can start scaling out. Meta, okay. See if Meta can reclaim that territory. If Meta can reclaim that 597, 599.08. If Meta can reclaim 599.08, we know how tough that 600 level is. All right. We talked about if we're above it, it's going to treat it as support. We'll get below it, retrace rejects. And SPY, we might be creating a base. If the bears don't get their act together, okay, then bulls might start to fuel up off this key zone and try to generate enough power to get a break here. Back the upside. At least a gravitation towards VWAP. Okay, so keep a close eye on that. Keep a close eye on that. All right, so good TP on IWM. All right, beautiful trade on IW. We waited. Okay, finally caught IW. IW is a wild one. IW can go both ways in the same shift. It can provide the downside and then provide the upside. So taking profits on IW is very, very important. IW is a mover. IWM. Apple looks appealing. Not the cleanest chart on the 5. Let me take a look at the Apple contracts. Okay, the 295s do look appealing. So you can get a nice little test off that level. If we had a reclaim of that 293.86 on Apple, I'm taking the Apple calls. Okay, that 5-minute candles there, the handful of those 5-minute candles here. All right, they're a little bit shaky. Okay, but let's see if we can get a nice little. Okay, I'll take Apple right there. I'm in the Apple calls here. See if we can get a nice. We got reclaim that 293.86. Okay, Apple is starting to go. Apple is up 4. Okay, it's shaky. So my stop on Apple is going to be VWAP. Okay, so a little bit wider than the initial one because those contracts are a little further dated. So I'll give it a little bit more room. At least come retest. I want to allow it that retest of maybe that VWAP, and if it fails to hold that VWAP, we'll let Apple go. Apple is for tomorrow's expiration, so I have a little bit of time on Apple, so I'll see if I can sit through a little bit more back and forth on Apple. All right, so adjusted risk on Apple. If we can get a breakout here, that'd be great. That could possibly help Apple, but Apple has a tendency to do its own thing. Apple did provide a scale out here initially. So a third trade of the shift is Apple. See if Apple can course correct here. It's starting to go. Okay, Apple. Okay, Apple. That target 1 on Apple is 294.53. Okay, SPY's looks like it wants to reclaim this area here. Okay, downward compression break. Apple is up 3, 4. So you can get 4 out of the Apple. Okay, nice break on SPY. We're coming off of what, guys? Coming off of this territory. So it did provide you that nice little TP opportunity to the downside. Okay. Apple up 7. See if I can take Apple into the highs of the day. TP where you need to, team. All right, don't wait for me to say TP. 7 is respectable, very respectable, and less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. Up 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take a majority off right there on Apple at 10. Okay. Need the highs of the day. We'll hold runners. Stop slightly below break even. Okay. And if it wants to run, it can run. All right. 3 trades, guys. 3 trades. All 3 trades working in our favor beautifully. All right. Based off of this nice bounce. Okay. So Apple already TP the majority. I'm going to hold runners. If the runners want to go, they can go. And I'll have my stop at that initial entry point. Okay, so close to break even. All right, so we're getting our work done early today, guys. We're getting our work done early. This already providing an opportunity to the downside. It starts to break. We got to respect this territory. If you don't take profits, market will. Apple runners up 14. Okay, up 14 here, team. About to hit TP1. Let's take a look at Apple here. Okay, so I can't express how critical Shockwave is. It's truly a game changer. All right. TP1 hit on Apple. TP1 hit. And SPY did reclaim that VWAP. So if SPY can hold above that VWAP, that'd be good. Apple is headed towards that weekly level. If you took TP on Apple, good. I'll make my risk here, right there. All right, so at least walk away with something with those runners. Okay. So 3 trades within the first shift, guys. 3 trades within first shift. Who took Apple? Apple have resistance zone up 100%. Sticky zone on, yep. So just take the moves that are moving. If they're moving good. Tesla looks like it wants to break down there, so keep a close eye on Tesla. Meta out of here to the upside. Nvidia not doing much. Apple at TP. One hour, 13 minutes. Apple about to break resistance zone. All right, we're all making each other aware, guys. Good. Always sharing. Good. So let me change this. So you see, you can modify the entry. Okay, so if you want that hold entry, we'll give it to you right there. If we break below there, I'll give it about break even. If we can't break even, we can't reclaim here, then I'll close out Apple. Okay, I'll give it about like a minus 3% buffer. Yeah, if SPY starts to break down here, my Tesla people who are looking at Tesla, if SPY falls back under VWAP, that can be favorable for if SPY breaks back below VWAP, starts to head towards that PML, that can be favorable for the names that are looking to break down. So you can see the noise suppression turns off as soon as it goes to TP. But if I have it until TP2, all right, you can adjust it. This feature is going to be so awesome, along with that dashboard. Until TP2 hit, then it's going to have noise suppression on. Blocks out all the noise. Everything stays green and clean. Okay. Still on Apple runners. Okay. You can say until stop or TP. Okay, I'll go to TP1 here. Okay, so TP1 already hit on Apple. Let's see if it gets toward TP2. working its way to that weekly upside breaker here, guys. If Apple breaks above this level here, Apple is ready to go. Apple's gonna be direction on the weekly. That's that weekly level. Okay. And the interesting thing about Apple is it tends to do its own thing. All right, so second shift will be on lotto mode. All right, so first shift, we got all our work done. And Apple is just the icing on the cake. Apple is the icing on the cake. Who's an Apple? Dollar signs on Apple, guys. Dollar signs if you took Amazon, if you took Apple, if you took IWM. All right, so big wins today. So good. And we can get some pushback off this level. We'll give it some time. The contracts do have a little bit of time. All right, they are tomorrow's contracts, but I would, again, best practice is to pay the trader. Okay, when you pay the trader, take some profits off. All right, you alleviate some of the worry, some of the stress, and just have your NC. 15-minute Apple looks good. Qs are starting to go, so I want to see if we can break above this. If we can break above this, this is when we start to exist in the 30% plus, 40% plus territory. Okay. A weekly upside breaker. So there's a lot of weekly participants. They either got to engage here, all right, or we can see some profit taking and reset us back to downside. So we want the buying to be overwhelming in this area. Okay, 15. Still have some time on, about 9 minutes left. TP1 already hit. Okay, keeping a close eye on that 15-minute candle. See if we can start to recover. Nice rejection up there. So a lot of profit taking. Lots of profit taking. Let's see if you can stay above here. So no closes below there. So that's close to break even. All right, close to break even. Nice little buffer. SPY. See, SPY can start to crack below VWAP, starting to slide there. And this is very steep. So we need to start going here. All right, we need to start to go there. Okay, SPY is back below VWAP. And Apple can start to move on its own. Okay, so is Apple at an area where it can start to slow down? Buyers taking some profit, or do we get new cohort of buyers doubling down and pushing us higher? That's what we're solving for there. So what's our threshold? Right here, 294.26. We close below there, then we'll step away. So some beautiful trades, guys, today. Good. SPY's hugging that VWAP. Q is hugging that VWAP. IWM breaking down for the second time. Tesla potentially brewing there as well. Keep a close eye on Tesla for those puts, depending on what SPY does here. And keep a close eye on Walmart for the calls in that area. On my shock waivers, depending on what SPY does here. Okay. Apple, beautiful job, Hussein. Good. So you can get your hands on Shockwave. Okay, SPY starting to break down there for the second time. Okay, Apple, if we close below here, I'll be out of there. If you're looking at those breakdowns, you want SPY to hold below VWAP. Meta's just doing its own thing, guys. Meta's on a different planet. Meta's gone. Meta's an independent artist. All right. Independent artist today. Okay, there goes SPY back at the downside. Meta thriving. Okay, nice rejection on Tesla. Okay, Tesla's scalp opportunity on Tesla. If you take the puts, manage accordingly. Still an Apple. It's either this, we get a structural break of this trend line, or we break below here. That's the stop as we head towards second shift. All right. Okay, SPY. Look for SPY round 2 breakdown. Keep a close eye on SPY for the puts. Do your due diligence. Nice bounce on Walmart for the calls. IWM, you can double dip on IW. That was a beautiful drop. Apple is very close to break even, give or take. Okay, after extracting double digits, want to see if there's a little more juice on the move. Okay, close below here, that's my threshold. Close below here, that's my threshold. We are starting to break that structure. And you'll see once I close it, it's going to take off. Okay, I'll close it right there. So Apple, closing Apple right there. Did start to drop aggressively. Okay, nice little drop on Apple. All right, so once it broke below here, I had to close out, I violated that territory, and let me get the SPY. Okay, so runners couldn't really go anywhere on both Amazon and Apple. Okay, speaking of Amazon and Apple, let's see if SPY has something else for us. Okay, see SPY can start to push lower here. Based off of that VWAP projection. Aggressive dump there on Apple once that structure started to fold. Nice drop on Tesla. Scale out IWM 20%. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's 3 trades already, guys. So I'll wait until second shift. We'll be on lotto mode, and then we'll be done for the day. Okay? Who's done for the day? So whether you caught Apple, whether you caught SPY to the downside, Amazon for a scalp, IWM. All right, plenty of opportunities today. The action by no means has it been easy, no, but the opportunities are there. Opportunities are there. So Meta, Apple is still in play. Okay, they go to TP1. Apple's still in play. SPY puts, Q puts, DIA puts, IWM puts, VIX pushing to the upside. The only sector that's showing some signs of life is XLV, and Lilly's starting to push. Walmart, Broadcom, Meta, Apple, Lilly. Okay. TP1 hit on IW. TP1 hit on IWM. TP1 hit on IWM. Who's done for the day, guys? If you're done within the first hour, tremendous job. If you are done within the first hour, tremendous job. Short Apple at the highs, good. That's a great area to go short. But again, if you're looking to go short on Apple, okay, where is your runway? Your runway is just very tight. You're basically shorting into this area. Or you take your profits. If you want to see the runners play out, you can see them play out. Okay, nice little shake and bake on Apple. All right, the short opportunities from here to here. That's it. So if it's pushing higher, if you're going opposite of the trend, what you're looking to do is scalp it. Scalp out of it at least. SPY starting to crack here. SPY starting to crack. Look at that sell-off on SPY. Who took it to the downside for the second time? Who double dipped? All right, any double dippers? If you did, congratulations. Okay, if you took the puts, the ideal entry. 955 is a break. The confirmed entry is right here. at 1027. Shockwave gives it to you. And now again, do we get that break below this territory? Look at Tesla. Who took Tesla? If you pair Tesla and Walmart with how SPY moved off of those levels, okay, either one you took, you're a winner. Especially Tesla. Tesla, you're a big winner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful double dip, okay? Or not the double dip, okay? But in trading, sometimes you can double dip. What's going on with MU? Okay, now, look at this. TP will hit already. So again, good area to TP there, guys. If you want to see if your runners can start to go, okay, you can just play by ear. All right, but make sure the TP, take a majority off. Okay, so. What does this pattern look like? Can someone in the chat let me know what this pattern looks like? Left, head, right. So we're not bringing this to your attention now. Neckline here. This gray area. We're not discussing this now. We discussed this hours ago. Okay, hours ago in the pre-market. Because you have to have the ability to anticipate what could potentially take place, but not take the trades by anticipating, but by saying if it does come into play, what do I have in place to capitalize off it? So now if you look at the 15 or the hourly, you'll see, hey, there's a head and shoulder. All right. So in this case, Shockwave will give you the entry. Okay, this entry here will give you the entry by potential break at this level here as it starts to go. So I like that cut on Apple. Nice push on Tesla. Tesla, beautiful job if you took Tesla to the downside. Okay. That's why it's so important, guys. If you do have a chance, attend the pre-market prep stream. All right, I would say it's the most important pre-market prep stream. Most jam-packed 20 minutes you're going to get. All right, and nice breakdown below key zone. Now we're in the jaws of Friday's gap. Friday's gap up. Okay, so now everyone's saying head and shoulder, but it's already on the move. So now most traders, they see it. I see head and shoulder. They start to chase. Okay, if you chase, you'll end up in last place. So there is a way to use these patterns, but you have to be technically savvy, have an ability to anticipate, and put yourself in position via entry model. Because now I would argue it already took place. Unless you're getting some kind of retrace, reject off key zone, and left the station. Okay, this train has left the station. If you try to board the train, you're going to fall on the tracks. There's no train. You have to wait until double backs, at least off a key zone. And now we're in the jaws of Friday's gap. IWM around 110%. Beautiful job, Firefly. Tesla's rocking and rolling. Okay, look at this, guys. Tesla puts. Intel, MU, QCOM all falling off a cliff. All the sectors are red except XLP and XLV. So the only thing holding steady is the Dow. VIX is up. Man, that trade would have been nice. Right, this one was nice. So even say if you got stopped, if you TP'd one there, okay, say if you wanted a more aggressive TP, you got stopped out at 1 hour. Okay, you make that back end some. About to go to TP2. Okay. About to go to TP2. Apple, I like that cut on Apple. And Tesla, TP1 hit. Walmart, TP1 hit. IWM, 98%. There we go, team. SPY, TP2 hit. So just on time for second shift, okay? So first shift is in the books. Let me know how you did in first shift. Okay. All three trades worked in our favor. Runners just couldn't go on SPY and Amazon, but nonetheless, some nice trades. If you're done for first shift, if you're holding a position for first shift into second, that's fine. Okay, but if you're done, be done. If you are done, be done. Market presented some opportunities during the first hour. You aligned yourself with those opportunities. You capitalize on the opportunities. That's as good as it gets. Okay, that's as good as it gets. TP2 hit on IW. Beautiful job. TP2 hit on SPY. There we go. All my shock waivers. Look at Tesla. Tesla, where does it tell you to go short? Tesla, this is also accumulating as well. Look at this. Tesla, you could have been short since 957, but you have to sit through this back and forth, never got stopped out, and then boom, hits TP. And that move on Tesla, that's a big move, guys. When Tesla moves, it moves. That's a close to a $5 move. Or a $6 move. Close to $6 move on Tesla. The downside. All right, so whatever you took, if you're green, stay clean. If you're green, stay clean. Who's done for the day? So yesterday, okay, we've had a couple of other days where the chant was 100% green, but we haven't had that in a while. All right, so you can see this is not easy to do as a team, guys. You guys are doing tremendous. Everyone is firing on all cylinders. All right, I'll put the end of the stream poll here at 11:30. Well, let's go back to it. Look at this. 100% of the people that voted on our team yesterday were green. All right, so if you're green and you're green today, you're on a great pace to have that green week. All right, the goal is to give you all the tools and resources to make sure you're green by the end of the week. All right, so you're on pace. So start playing defense immediately. Defense wins championships because shenanigans can start coming in. So just be careful of that. If you don't take profit, market will. Market will. You don't have to tell the market twice. It will take profit without asking. It will take your profits without asking. Okay. Shorted Netflix off the 4-hour double top. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. TOS lagging. Is TOS lagging for anyone else? No issues on Webull. Anyone else having issues on brokers? Look at that vicious trap above VWAP. Okay, so if you don't know how to trade VWAP properly, if you're not properly trained, all right, it can get really ugly. And it's just, again, if it's a long-term thing, it's a long-term commitment, all right, that's just tuition. All right, but if you're not properly trained on how to navigate VWAP, okay, you can make something out of this with the calls if you're a scalper. But if you take calls above VWAP and you refuse to move your stop or abide by your stop, look at this. It'll wipe you out. All right, but if you use this as a nice little peekaboo, peaks above VWAP, dumps. Traps all the longs above VWAP. Okay, on top of that, we do have a red folder catalyst today. So CPI numbers were a little concerning. Again, the market has a right to do what it wants, but from a Main Street perspective, okay, versus Wall Street perspective, Main Street CPI is going up. TP1 hit on Tesla. TP1 hit on Tesla. I think there's a double dip on Amazon. Might be overextended though, because again, if we dropped this much on SPY, Amazon barely dropped. So unless we continue to drop, Amazon might start to bottom out. Look at Apple. Apple's starting to regenerate there. Who's done for the day, guys? Beautiful job, Fido. No issues on TOS for me. Good, good, good. SoFi put Nvidia sneaking up. Yep, Nvidia. Where is Nvidia? Yep, Nvidia sneaking up. Yep. Keeping a close eye on Nvidia. It's testing that weekly upside breaker. Okay, last week's highs. SPY, interestingly enough, is in a bounce area. So by default, we can expect some buyers to step in here. Doesn't mean that they're going to step in and drive this thing all the way back to the all-time highs. Not necessarily. Right? But at minimum, they can step in for a nice little push and a push back lower. All right, so this is a great, if you took it from those lows into that area, that's an area where you're going to start taking that TP. Okay? Because this can be the first. We got that low, we got that low. We got that high, we got highs, lower highs, lower lows. We know what that makes. Okay? At all times, just let the price guide you. Let price guide you. Let price show you what it's doing. We can't tell price what to do. Okay, I can't tell it what to do. It's gonna do its own thing, so I might as well I caught 50% on puts breaking down below PML. Beautiful job, doctor. I'm going to see if I can find another setup. Otherwise, I might be done. Good, good, good. Some nice moves in pre-market, guys. Not pre-market. In first shift. First shift. Good. Okay, a lot of those names are starting to bounce off those lows. Okay, Apple is trying to regenerate. Okay, so reclaim some areas. Reclaim that opening range high. Going back and forth, not the cleanest action. It did respect VWAP. It broke below it. Trapped some sellers below it. Now it's dragging them back to that break level. Big test for SPY is this key zone. We're in the jaws of Friday's gap up. So two things, guys. We have Tuesday's gap down. Friday's gap up. Okay, we have Tuesday's gap. We have Friday's gap up. Tuesday's gap down from CPI. You know where we are? We dipped into here and we dipped into here. And we're here. Okay. Friday's gap up. Tuesday's gap down. Gap sandwich. Okay. Gap sandwich with extra sauce. That's where we are. That is where we are. Okay, Apple refueling. Apple refueling here. Apple refueling back the upside. Okay, let's take a look at Apple. Those contracts are further dated, so if you sat through that, that's very, or if you re-engage, that's very reasonable. If you took profits already, good. Either way, came and test that PMH. SPY's big test is between that 734.71, 734.58. Okay. Meta looks like if a SPY starts to course correct and moved without SPY, Meta looks like it wants to break. You can see Meta, okay, calls out of there. Meta looks like it wants to potentially make another move here. Okay, so if you trade breakouts, keep a close eye on Meta after breaking already. Of course, that retest on Meta is all the way down here. Now, Meta was a nice mover. So all these sectors, guys, except XLV and XLP are all red. Okay. They're all below their daily open as well. Potential second leg brewing on Meta. Potential second leg brewing on Meta. 3 minutes left on that 15. Apple provide a nice little reclaim of that area. So is this an uptrend or a downtrend? Is this channel bearish or bullish? Is this channel bearish or bullish? Same question as yesterday, but doing the opposite. Put in the chat, guys. Is this channel bearish or bullish? Just the channel in general. Is it bearish or bullish? Bearish, 100%. Down for the day, follow R15 almost flawlessly today. And the green, beautiful. Yep. Shockwave. Decompression. That might be a new feature we're going to add. Right, that does sound like a trading term. Compression, decompression. Beautiful job looking at Amazon. Yep, Amazon. See if Amazon can break. All right, Amazon. Apple again, back the upside. All right, but there are some stubborn buyers at these lows on Amazon. All right, so that break, okay, is an entry. Watch out for that inverse head and shoulder. If you're looking to short Amazon off that 264.53 territory, inverse head and shoulder, watch. But maybe the best entry on Amazon, if you're looking to go short, might be that retrace reject off of that PML. But if SPY starts to break, say if SPY gets the VWAP, comes back into this territory, It starts to crack back below key zone. Some kind of breakdown, nice stretch to the downside is what will help Amazon slide to the downside. If that can take place, I'll potentially hammer Amazon one more time. Keep a close eye on Meta for my breakout traders. If you're a flag trader, continuation pattern trader, keep a close eye on Meta, do your due diligence. Apple, back in play. All right, so Amazon is not able to recapture that PML. See if we can push back lower one more time. And Amazon, same contracts, nothing changes. If I take Amazon to the downside, same contracts. Nothing changes. If you're done for the day, guys, be done, be done, be done. If you are done for the day, be done. Okay. So now to help Amazon here, we're going to need a breakdown back below key zone on SPY. That can help Amazon. Okay. And Amazon does have some buyers at that 264.05, so I can target lows of the day on that entry. Lows of the day on that entry can come into play. What else? Walmart continues to grind higher. The usual suspects continue to do their thing. Apple shot out of a rocket. Apple shot out of a rocket. Looking for that 15-minute reversal back to the upside. Okay, it's going to be associated with this high up here. Amazon, keep a close eye on Amazon strikers. Okay, my shock waivers as well. Keep a close eye on Amazon. Okay. Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. If SPY can start to work towards the lows of the day, I can give Amazon the opportunity to do the same thing. Looking at the Amazon 260s once again. Okay, no entry yet. We're waiting. That's the 260 puts. If you're done, be done. If you are done, be done. If you are done, be done. See, Amazon can hold right there. I want to get a nice little hold of that level. Nice little hold on Amazon would be great. Your 5-minute candle as well. SPY needs to stay below key zone. Okay, I'll take Amazon right there. Okay, I'll front run Amazon. Stop on Amazon, same thing. Little front running there. So I need SPY to continue to push lower, hold below key zone. If SPY starts to work its way back above key zone, that can start to push Amazon back to the upside. Some of the Amazon puts here. Just a little bit of a front run here on Amazon. See if SPY has more room to go to the lows. If it does, good, good, good. Very stubborn buyers on Amazon here. Very stubborn. A lot of dip buyers here on Amazon. Okay, let's take a look at on the 5. If you did take Amazon, manage accordingly. SPY lows of the day, Amazon lows of the day. That's what I'm looking at. I want SPY to stay below key zone. Okay, there goes SPY. Amazon, see if Amazon can push into these lows down here, lows of the day. All right, so Amazon very stubborn. Very stubborn on Amazon. Up 1-2%, nothing too major. SPY did get back under that key zone, slow grind lower. This 5-minute candle here, this how the way this 5-minute candle closes on Amazon would be critical. So ideally, I don't want it to close as a hammer. I want to see it close below that level, at 264.53. But it is kind of setting up that inverse head and shoulder, so I have to be aware of that. So I want to see a 5-minute close below that 264.53. That'd be good. SPY slow grind lower. Qs continue to push lower as well. IW just continues to push lower, continues to trend lower. Okay, see SPY can make a nice push. Beyond some shenanigans watching this area. Okay, shenanigans watching that area. We got 42 seconds left. So the way we finish this 42 seconds will determine a lot for the bears. Let's see if we get that close below 264.53 on Amazon. That'd be a good victory. If we can't close back below that, we're still within our risk. That's fine. But we're looking for small wins. We're looking for small wins in pursuit of 264.04. Okay, we need to get as close as possible. The strike is a little out there. The strike is a little out there. Okay, so if you have a very conservative stop, all right, if you don't want that, if you're on a 5-minute reversal watch, you can use that 264.76 as a modified stop. If you have a very tight stop, I want SPY to continue to push lower. See if Amazon is starting to go here. Okay, Amazon, now go head towards those lows of the day. Good, good, good. We do have some aggressive, stubborn buyers down there. So again, if you need to TP, take a little bit off the edge, you can. Okay. Up 7. Okay, see Amazon, we can continue to push the downside, targeted to 64.04. Okay, there we go, Amazon. There we go, Amazon. Okay, up 9. Okay, this will be our lotto for the day, up 11. I'm going to take a majority off right there at 11, down to runners. Thank you very much, Amazon. Okay. Okay, up 14 on Amazon. We took it to the lows of the day. All right, that's a good TP, guys. Now we need SPY to get to the lows of the day. SPY breaks those lows, Amazon can go. My stop will be 264.40. Okay, up 17. Okay, we can't go double bottom there. So again, TP if you need to, guys. Always good to TP. All right, so there's not a shortage of opportunities. Okay, if you're part of our team, our concern is not opportunities. Our opportunities are abundant. All right, so the biggest danger for that position is double bottom. I'll close out right there at that area right there. Okay, so all out on Amazon. Thank you very much, Amazon. That's our 4th trade of the day. Okay, all 4 trades worked in our favor beautifully. Provided plenty of double-digit opportunities. This was Amazon's breakdown. So again, you can see how we paired Amazon's breakdown into the lows of the day with SPY. If you have shockwave, that's going to come to you. Okay, noise suppression is on. If you have the runners, you can use noise suppression. This is how it looks. So in this area, when I TP'd, I got as high as 16%, 17%. Matter how many minutes? Okay, less than 10 minutes. Okay, so we can't let the industry spoil us. 17%, 18%, 20%, 30%, less than 10 minutes. All right, this is very, very awesome, guys. It's a very, very awesome thing you're able to do with the power of trading. Is once you get it down, it's a game changer. Once you understand it, once you're properly educated, okay, once you're in the right kind of environment, it's truly a game changer. Okay, so what can we anticipate here? We can anticipate a double bottom. via the TP all out on Amazon. Okay. You're going to anticipate some buyers stepping back in there. They stepped in here before, so we got to give them some credit. Qs are starting to push back the upside. So that was our window. So that'll be the last trade of the day, guys. I'll say the best trade of the day was IWM. IWM gave us the best opportunity. 40+% TP at the last TP. All right, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. If you're a first-time viewer, we go live every single day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the most value-packed live trading show. Okay, live trade. We break down charts. We cover high-impact events. We talk trader mindset. So all the tools and resources, ideas, the entry, the exit, the rationale. You see the losses. You see the wins. Okay, so on that note, we'll be done. So I had one of the best trading days in a while. Congrats to you. You deserve it 100%, guys. This week has been good. Last week is good too as well. All right, just slowing down. I made the adjustment in May to slow down. Okay, slow down. Slow down. Looking at Amazon, good. Double dip on IWM wins for today. Yeah, so Apple is doing a little bit of some wonky action here. All right, Apple is just scalps. Okay, so if you're scalping, good. If you're holding after taking profits, it's taking on a roller coaster ride. All right, so Apple, take a majority off, give it a little bit of time, then runners got stopped out. Okay. All right, so not sure what slowing down in the processing. Slowing down in my processing. Sometimes when I'm taking trades, I felt so it's not about the amount, it's about the processing and kind of being all over the place. All right, so that's what I mean by that from my perspective. Sometimes I feel sped up. I feel sped up because things are taking place, right? So now I just want to slow down, right? From a management standpoint, from a risk standpoint, all that stuff, that's fine, but just that's an internal component. Because you can get sped up when the things are breaking, when things are taking place, especially now we're adding a couple of other tickers into the fold, right? You can feel sped up. One is breaking, one is going, one is this, one is that, one, right? And all of a sudden your internal clock seems like it's speeding up. And then that can kind of start to make you force trades. You get caught chasing, doing this, do it. So just slowing down to speed up, essentially. Slowing down so you can speed up and be there for the opportunities. Okay. IW once again, at least off that 9. Anyone holding Amazon? Anyone diamond handing Amazon? So we double dipped on Amazon. So the noise suppression feature. There's a noise suppression feature. Okay, so 2 things are coming out with Shockwave, guys, with the latest update. Noise suppression and dashboard. Okay, noise suppression and dashboard. All right, so if you're in those runners, you can stay in those runners. It's up to you. Look at the 15 on Amazon. Who's done for the day, guys? I want to see a lot of done for the days. Who's done for the day, team? Let me check on Google Meets. I haven't checked on Google Meets chat in a while. So sorry about that, Google Meets. Folks on Google Meets. Okay, let's get caught up. Is that the link to the webinar? No, that is the link to the quarterly plan. So the Shockwave has a quarterly plan. SPX printed on puts. Beautiful job. The Shock. So the dashboard, okay, that's going to be when that update is rolled out. We didn't have a webinar today. That's going to be part of the webinar. Okay. I'm going to talk about that in the webinar. Bearish, bearish, bearish. All right, let me fix that link then. All right, so I'll fix that link. Give me a second here. We'll take a look at SPY here. I'm done with Amazon. If you're managing Amazon, guys, do what you need to do. Again, I encourage you to take some off the table so you can alleviate the stress levels. At least you walk away with something, worst case scenario, rather than nothing. Nothing. All right, let's take a look at it, guys. Let me put the link. All right, so you go to the indicator tab on our site, and then boom. So this is not recurring. It's not recurring. So that's the link. When you do purchase it, same protocol, guys. The ones on lifetime, you don't have to worry for a lifetime. As long as you're a trader, whatever updates take place, the ones who got lifetime during early bird special, you have access to. There's nothing you need to do. All right. If you want lifetime, that's available as well. All right. So when you do get it via quarterly for those who want a trial, same thing. Send me the DM. Send me a DM. Okay, send me a DM of your username. See, Amazon can stay below these lows. There's a reclaim it. All right, that's the link. All right, we'll talk about what we got going on, how to join the community. Folks who want to join the community on YouTube, take the next steps. QR codes at the top of the screen. Link pinned in the chat. Few spots left for the month. And you definitely want to jump in, okay? Who's done for the day? Google going sideways instead of down while the market is, yeah, Google, actually like Google this morning, right? I fell out of love with Google. That was the only name that I liked, but it wasn't doing much. Okay, so now everyone sees, hey, head and shoulder. Head and shoulder is gone. Okay, so Google this morning, I did like Google this morning. We discussed this with our team. That was the only ticker that I liked going into the day. But the only issue is no real separation away from here. Right, I want to see there's some momentum away from here and capture these highs and then continue to push. So Google might be ready for tomorrow if it stays in this territory there. It might just be, right, getting ready to move, make a move, possibly tomorrow. Some kind of separation away from there would be critical. So SPY, head and shoulder, reversal pattern. What are we reversing? We're reversing what we saw here, this initial leg, that leg. And then now we're in our first bounce zone. NVIDIA was starting to go, okay. Yeah, NVIDIA's almost brewing. So this is what noise suppression looks like. Okay, NVIDIA's coming into play. As the market takes a dump, NVIDIA's coming into play. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. If you're still on Amazon, congratulations. Okay, NVIDIA is back at that weekly upside breaker. You can see there's a lot of levels in this area on NVIDIA. There is a monthly upside breaker and the weekly upside breaker right here. So just know that coming into it, we can get some aggressive buyer step in here. So you need a decisive break below these lows. Which lows are we discussing? Okay, the low of the lows of the day, 217, 217.01. NVIDIA, nice breakdown. Okay, comes into view up, retrace, reject, starts to drop. SPY selling off. Q selling off. Walmart gone. Walmart gone. Okay, did it come on our radar? Yes. Scale out. Retest. Shockwave. There. Okay, if you took it here, this one is a hard entry to get, of course, because of the momentum. So you missed it. You let it break down. You let it break that level, reclaim it, and then push back up as SPY start to dump. All right, so Walmart has been great to us. Walmart has been great to us the past few days. I believe it's 3 or 4 consecutive days we traded Walmart. Okay, so it's been good. All right. So you make back all the money you spent on Walmart. Okay. All the money you spent on Walmart throughout your life, you make back via the stock. All right, just imagine this. This is just a thought exercise that just came to my mind. Thought exercise. All right, so imagine for every bill you have, all right, if it's publicly traded, including whatever company finances your mortgage, your telephone provider, your cell phone provider, whatever it is, right? All those names there's maybe like 5 or 10 names. Out of all those names, now you trade those names to make back what you paid them. Right? So you can at least break even in life. Break even in life. So you trade what you paid. All right, so you have T-Mobile as your cell phone provider. All right, you pay $200, $250, depending on how many lines you have. Okay. All right, now trade T-Mobile and try to make $250. All right, your car insurance is Geico. All right, so trade Burke. Make your insurance payment back. So basically countering everything that's going out. You like to shop on Amazon? All right. Extract profits on Amazon. That's the cool thing. SPY is king. I'm trading SPY in order to not get destructed. Absolutely. SPY is always king. SPY is the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes. All right, but the things we do on SPY, we can do on these other tickers as well. Okay, Amazon back in the puts. Okay, so you're getting one more push back to the downside. John, manage accordingly. Manage accordingly, guys. Thank you for joining SAT VIP, Chef. Yeah, so if you want to move that box, so again, if you want to move that box off the indicator, okay, there's a bunch of boxes, all right. If you want to move that box off, go to Style, and when you go to Style, go to Pane Labels. So Pane Labels will remove all the boxes. All right, so everything's customizable. Go to the Pane Labels tab, and you can remove all the stuff. If you want, you can remove everything, and then start to click on the things you want on. Okay, the Dow is starting to show some signs of life, trying to get back above VWAP. IW's at TP2. Walmart continues to push. Tesla breakdown is beautiful on Tesla. Meta, VWAP, plus. Let's take a look at here. I've been doing too hard on my own. Yep, absolutely, guys. The whole point is learning. If you commit yourself to the process, or you commit yourself to learning, all right, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're just following trades, following different people, clicking buttons randomly, okay, it's just if. It's just a big if. If I can do this, if I can do that, if. Right? But if you commit to the process, if you commit to forever being a student of the game, now it becomes a matter of when. Okay, now it becomes a matter of when. When, I can't tell you when the when is. Okay, the process will get you there. The process will get you there. The process hasn't failed anyone. Okay. So education is what we preach, what we emphasize, and what's most important. Are we seeing some divergence on the one between these lows and these lows on the RSI? Probably. We're starting to see everything get pushed off of those lows. So we are starting to see SPY wake up off of those lows, came into that close to that 50% retrace of that gap from Friday. Gap up, and now we're starting to slide. Still in a downtrend. All right, so in a downtrend, where do you take the calls? If you trade the trend in a downtrend, you're not taking any calls. You're only taking puts. But if you're trading a downtrend, where are you looking to take calls? Where are you looking to take calls? All right, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Goal for subs. Let's see if we can get to 5,200 subs by today. That'd be great. Okay, 5,200 subs by today. That's going to be great. All right. Now let me check how many likes we have. I didn't get a check on the likes. Let's get a check on the likes. Very light on the likes. Okay, 81. If we can get to 100 by 11:30, let's get it done. Okay, 100 by 11:30. We've had over 700 people stop by. Okay. I'm done for the day, guys. So if you have any chart requests, if you have anything you want to go over, let me know. We'll continue to provide commentary per usual. There isn't anything I love at the current moment. We did most of our work if you're just jumping in during first shift, the first hour. If you missed the trades, go back and watch the entire episode, right? Because I tried to give you the rationale for the trade before entry, okay, and the management before exit. All right, so there's a lot of things you can pick up if you go back and watch everything. I even go back and watch my own video, okay, and I use it as film to get better as a trader. That's my film study. So if you're going to study someone, study yourself. After a while, that's what you have to study. Be a student of your own game. Okay. Let's pull up our friends at CNBC. SoFi. Let's take a look at SoFi. SoFi is a little messy here intraday. SoFi is still contained within that weekly range. So SoFi, critical thing here on SoFi. All right, I made a massive move lower via earnings. And now we're going through this accumulation phase. Okay, we're just going back and forth. So SoFi can be primed for a big move in either direction. All right, either the continuation of that initial drop from earnings, okay, into the low teens, or a reversal, okay, a potential push back into the price before earnings. And then if we can get back into the price before earnings, then now that opens up the window for a push until 20. So far here is just indecisive. All right, but it's primed for a big move. The two major levels on SoFi, of course, guys, we have that 10. That's a major level. All right. We have that 15. And we have this other major level, 20. Okay. So bigger picture, 20 will mark expansion. Long-term thinking. 10, that could be a dip buy if you like SoFi fundamentally. Okay, 15, we need some kind of separation. We've been holding 15. When was the last time we got below 10 on SoFi? Nice drop back to downside on SPY. This thing continues to sell off. Those CPI numbers, guys. CPI numbers this morning. When was the last time SoFi was under 10? All right, not too long ago. Okay, so April during the Iran situation, we're below 10. We're below 10 during that time. We spent some time below 10 here as well. So we don't spend too much time below it. This is in 2023. Okay. This is in 2022, 2023. And we spent some time there in 2025, I should say, April 2025. Okay, so below 10 is a dip buy. Long term. And during the Iran conflict, the lowest that we got, okay, at the height of Iran, the lowest we got was down there. Okay, SPY is taking another leg lower, guys. CPI is really impacting the market. TP3 hit on SPY. TP3 hit on SPY. TP3 hit on SPY. TP3 hit on the Qs. TP3 hit on IWM. SPX TP 35%. Triple. Nice job, Firefly. Take calls at the bottom. Resistance on a downtrend. Or wait, exactly. Beautiful. Done for the day. Beautiful job, Joe P. IWM puts. IWM has been good to a lot of our team members today, guys. All right. So if you're a green, guys, protect your green. The biggest danger is giving it back. All right. You're not officially green until the end of your day. Because that green can just be you holding the market's money until it takes it back. The market is essentially saying, hold my money. I'll be back in an hour. Okay. All right. So when you're done, you keep it and you run away. Okay. Run away with your profits. Okay, that's CPI number, guys. Really impacting. Really impacting the market here. On top of that, that head and shoulder. That head and shoulder played out to a T. I might have ended today a little too early because this was there for the taking. This also retrace reject was there as well. TP2 hit on Tesla. Walmart out of here. Walmart said goodbye. Look at this, guys. Only Meta, Apple, and Walmart, and Lilly. Everything else is sliding to the downside. All the sectors, okay, are red except XLV and XLP. Outside down NVIDIA. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Yep, puts on NVIDIA starting to cook. Yep, outside day potentially brewing on NVIDIA. Yeah, outside day, guys, if you're not familiar, just means you take out the highs. prior day and the low simultaneously during that day. So Nvidia had that nice little spike at 9:30. You don't take profit, pushes into all-time highs. Market slides, Nvidia slides. So for Nvidia to go 3 down or outside, it needs to get below that 213.19 territory. Okay, it is in this weekly upside breaker territory, monthly upside breaker. So again, it's going to need that follow from the market. Nvidia was approaching that breaker. All right. So Nvidia for the puts, if you take the puts, but just be mindful that that is a weekly upside breaker. Okay, you can initially trade as a scalp. If you're confident in that breakdown, pull the trigger, know where your risk is. Okay. So let me pull up CNBC here. I'm going to take a quick coffee refill break, guys, and then we'll continue the show. Interestingly enough, the sentiment on the sentiment check poll from this morning, make sure to answer that poll, guys. 51% of the chat is still bullish. 51% of the chat is still bullish. Apple coming back for that bounce once again. So we got our low, we got our low, we got our low. We got all of our lows. So this calls for our EMAs. So my wave riders are smiling. Wave riders are happy today. Let me fix that real quick. Fix this because this is the updated version. Okay. There we go. I just want it to be faint. Waves are waving. Waves are waving. Disney sneaking up. Take a look at Disney. Yeah, interestingly enough, Disney traps the shorts. See if it goes on either way. Disney, maybe some kind of rounded bottom. Possibly on Disney. The puts on Disney printed. Look at this, guys. Disney puts. All right. Mickey Mouse for the win. Mickey Mouse for the win. Apple is just range bound, scalps all over the place. Keeps bouncing. Okay, Amazon's starting to come back at the fold. It got above that area, and then it started to break back lower. So that there was an opportunity for that re-entry. Right, no stop out. Didn't get stopped out above those highs. Right, so you can let it. What you can do is you can take profits if you're going to take it again. Let it get above it, and if it breaks back below it, you can take it to the downside. Hence this entry right there. Okay, so still bearish. So we're seeing Amazon. Okay, same thing with Amazon. Series of lower lows. Series of lower highs. This is the path Amazon is taking. I believe it was someone who took Amazon to the downside. There was someone who entered it again. Yeah, Walmart is flying. If you did, great job. Okay. So that's what the noise suppression feature does. You can always take it off. Nvidia put, good. Watch out, PML is right there. So NVIDIA, if it can get past this 215.30, right, it's already in profit. If you're in NVIDIA, it's already in profit if you take the right entry. Okay, then it can really start to go. So what you need to take place is the market to continue to dump. Okay, shockwave, when do you take NVIDIA? Right here, 2 signals. PML is right there. There we go. So market is dumping. If NVIDIA can hold below that PML, 216.30, there it goes. Use that PML as your line in the sand. You can start taking profits. You should be up more than double digits. And NVIDIA's falling off a cliff. NVIDIA's taking a nosedive. NVIDIA's taking a nosedive. There we go. 30%. Beautiful job, Firefly. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got the best team, guys. We got the best team. The best group of traders. Beautiful job. So did anyone enter the Golden Goose Club yet? Any new Golden Goose entries today or this week? VIX hit 19. Yep. We talked about 19 as well on the VIX. All right, gets above 19, it can start to make some noise. NVIDIA breakdown. Shockwave says take the puts right there. Let me actually put the table. Okay, I did take the table. Okay, let me just move it a little lower. Anyone hit the Golden Goose Club today? The Golden Goose Club is the people who purchased Shockwave and have already paid. Shockwave has paid for itself. We had a bunch of Golden Gooses last week. Any new Golden Gooses? Close NVIDIA 30%. Beautiful job, guys. Out on spot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's how we do it, team. NVIDIA, Amazon's starting to break down. Tesla just continues to go. %40 gap fill play. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. NVIDIA looking to go to that daily downside breaker. For NVIDIA to go 3 down, this is the area. So if NVIDIA hits target, NVIDIA has a massive engulfing candle on the daily. What is this? What is fueling the sell-off? What is fueling the sell-off? Can anyone tell me what's fueling the sell-off? Okay, can anyone tell me what's fueling this sell-off? Exactly, CPI. The CPI number. No, not CPI. Forex Factory. Okay, Forex Factory. 3.8 was the previous reading. 3.7, 3.3 was the previous reading. We forecasted to 3.7. We got 3.8. That's alarming. That's a pretty significant beat. And naturally, as the market overextends, inflation goes up. So that's also, that goes hand in hand. All right, but that is a pretty significant beat to the upside. On top of that, they forecasted it. Okay. Beautiful job, Jason. Let's do the end of stream poll. Firefly. Beautiful job. Okay, be a shrewd profit taker, guys. The reason why I say that is because opportunities will always be there for us. If we didn't have the ability to find opportunities, I would understand why you're not taking profit. But opportunities will always be there. So it's on you not to fall in love with one particular opportunity and catch every bit of it. Take your piece. Come back the next day. Okay, take your piece. Come back the next day. We'll do the end of stream poll here. I might have ended too early today. And stream. Can we go back to back 100%? That'd be crazy. Okay, so let us know. Poll is voluntary as usual. Okay. If you're done, be done. I took 4 trades. All 4 trades worked in my favor. It only makes makes sense in hindsight. Okay? It only makes sense in hindsight. You can only connect the dots looking back. But you have to have the ability to have foresight in hindsight. Because now this head and shoulder makes sense. Now it's like, okay, head and shoulder. And we talked about that right shoulder being in the zone here as well. And look at this complete breakdown. So we just violated this we violated the 732s. Okay. In the jaws of Friday's gap, headed towards possibly the 730s. If we hold below 732, 772, if we hold below that, if we remain in the jaws of the gap, we don't reclaim back the upside, 730s, okay, is a legitimate territory. Okay, and we can start to work towards here. And if the sell-off gets extended, maybe gaps up, gaps down tomorrow. But guess what? We have PPI tomorrow. So if this number is weak as well, it's going to be tough. All right? So you have CPI and you have PPI. Inflation from 2 points. From the consumer standpoint, okay? So you and I, and the producer standpoint, PPI. This gives us a good read on the inflation measure. So we got this today. So it's higher than it was last year on CPI. Inflation is hot. If it's higher on PPI as well, okay, that can start to lead us to pull back on bigger picture thinking. Oftentimes, the inflation is felt on the PPI first and then passed down to the CPI. Why? Because if there's any costs that's increased on the producer standpoint, the cost is always passed down to the consumer. If both these things are hot, if PPI is also hot, above that forecast and above the previous reading, very similar to CPI. Okay, then now we have some environmental conditions that can favor a nice little push, a pullback. We have not seen a pullback yet. We've just seen breathers. We've just seen 2-3 days without making all-time high and then all-time high. So this can be the first thing to pay attention to, okay? So I'm not saying go short the market. Again, when we're day trading, it doesn't matter which way this thing goes. I'm going to continue to say that, guys. It doesn't matter which way this thing goes. So we don't have to have a bias every single day. We just take advantage of what's in front of us. Whether CPI is hot or cold, doesn't matter. PPI is good, positive, negative, beats, meets, doesn't beat, doesn't matter. All we care about is how is the market reacting to that data. And based off that reaction, what kind of opportunities open up. That's all we care about. Okay? That's all we care about. Okay, nice little 5-minute reversal on the Dow. Okay. Bars are stepping in here. Off of the lows of what? This trend line, bounce, 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 bounce. Okay, this is when we start to see exhaustion. Bottom of that formation. Oh, looks like the screen, we lost the screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see the screen now? Not sure what happened. TOS. Not even paper trading. Good, good, good. Okay, thanks, guys. It looks like we lost the screen there for a second. We're back. We're back. We're back. Oh, no. It's just, it looks like it was on my end, just lost connection. Google Meets hasn't done that in a while. There was a period where we was doing that frequently, but hasn't done it in a while. All right, so again, guys, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. Do we have any first-time viewers? First-time viewers, throw one in the chat. And let us know how you found our channel. Let us know how you found our channel. Good, good, good. Amazon's still selling off. Yeah, it was still selling off. Now we're starting to see a broad market bounce off those lows. Question becomes, is this just a natural bounce off of this? Do we still, okay, respect the integrity of this channel, okay? So again, if you're looking to take calls in a downtrend, all right, you're looking to take it off of the support. I don't recommend doing that, all right? But if you have that ability or that skill set or that tool in your tool belt, by all means. But if you want to respect the trend, trade the trend until you get a series of higher highs. The downtrend is still here. Okay, think of it like a feeder bounce. Amazon. Is Amazon still falling off a cliff? Okay. Okay, a nice little breakdown on Amazon, possible double digit breakdown there. Very similar to what took place there. It looks like a possible inverse head and shoulder trying to brew. Okay, remember, if you recall, we took Amazon here. We took it here. This move was nicer than this one. And then it comes back into play there, but I didn't take that one. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? All my small profits are adding up to a nice vacation for next month. Absolutely, guys. Make it tangible. It adds up. It adds up. All you need is small pieces of the pie, and eventually you have an entire pie. Eventually you'll have an entire pie. You look up, you'll have multiple pies. Okay, in comparison to try to make that entire pie in one day. Okay. Good, good, good. Is J&J interesting at all? They have a conference with BOA today. J&J, I don't think maybe I've traded J&J in my career once, intraday, Johnson & Johnson. Okay, J&J, it is directional to the downside on the weekly. Okay, now it's starting to push higher. Okay, now what are the two sectors, strikers? What are the two sectors that we have yet to rotate into and start to see a move? Let me have a seat. Okay, what are the two sectors we have yet to rotate into and are still in the negative? Okay, so just think about it. A bunch of money was made in semiconductors. Trillions of dollars. Mega cap tech, Mag 7. The money can't stay there. It's too risky. There has to be some profit taking. So where does this come out of? Where do we funnel into next? Where does a good portion of this funnel into next? Okay, not saying these okay, these areas are going to just disappear, but more than likely we start to rotate into, okay, some profits get taken, and we start to go into the names that have yet to make a move and are at a deep discount, while retail is still here. And then you'll start to see some profit taking. And where does that profit taking go to? It rotates into some names that haven't went yet. Some value names. So the Dow. In particular, XLF and XLV. Those are still negative on the year. Healthcare is still negative on the year. Okay, so now we're seeing healthcare names, okay, primarily seen by Lilly. Today, look at Lilly today. Okay, Lilly about to go 3 up as well. Engulfing candle watch on Lilly on the weekly. Going into next week. Decisive break above these highs. Major break out on Lilly. XLV. Okay, we talked about this rotation story not this week, 2 weeks ago. Because what you start to notice is just a pattern over and over and over and over again. The cycle repeats. Okay? So when it's winter, you get ready. You put some salt on the roads. You wear your coat. You get your shovel ready. You're expecting some snow. When it's summer, you put those things away. Same thing with the sector rotation. XLF. Okay, has taken out those lows, the direction on the weekly to the downside. So see if we can do something similar to what tomorrow to what XLV is doing today. Okay, at least by the end of the week, if XLF, okay, starts to gravitate towards 50% retrace to last week, okay, then we can start to see that rotation story play out. And XLV get above the weekly upside breaker. So back to Johnson & Johnson. So Johnson & Johnson is doing we're seeing a nice push on Johnson & Johnson as it approaches that weekly upside breaker. And again, on the verge of going 3 up on the weekly. Okay. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And that can take place over the next few weeks. So this is not a scalping idea. This is a macro rotation idea, macro rotation story that you can trade as well, but you need further data contracts. That goes outside of day trading. That goes into swing trading. Financials 100%. Pharma 100%. Anybody has the most bullish flow. Orders 432, premium 771 million. Wow. On that run up with the semis, guys, trillions of dollars were made. Trillions. Trillions. Okay. All right. Okay, again, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to answer the poll question if you're done for the day. If you're done, be done. All right. Yeah, when you get that billion, just send me 500 mil. All right, no problem. Small little piece. Just a little crumb. Right, so whenever you see these candles, sometimes you have to just watch these candles and really understand what's going on. All right, this is the exchanging of hands of trillions of dollars. Going in, going out, going in, going out. That's what it reflects. So the biggest of the biggest of the biggest are playing this game. Okay? And the biggest of the biggest of the biggest have skin in the game. All right? Looks like SPY wants to bounce off those lows. Can we recapture this zone here? We can make the zone a little thinner and go to that 50% retrace of that gap. If you use the daily close on that day as the gap low, it's filled. If you use BOG, TOG principles, it's not filled yet. So now look what we're approaching. We're approaching a key zone up here. Okay, and VWAP and resistance. Okay, so this will be where the big move will take place. Right, either we reject off of this, head back lower, first heading back to that 733.17, at least into there, or we finally get that structural shift we need, we get that break, and head back towards that 736.51 territory. Okay, that decision is going to be made when we get in that area. So lots of things converging here. Lots of things converging. Key zone, VWAP. So put in the chat, guys. What do you think takes place? What do you think takes place here? Do we get a breakout? All right. Or do we get a rejection and we go south? Breakout or breakdown? Breakout or breakdown? Amazon starting to grind higher. USMC. You know, when SPY, Amazon just refuses. Right, Amazon just refuses. Somebody went in for a second shoulder there. So just a couple of scalps on Amazon today. And Amazon's test of that area, similar to SPY, is coming up a little sooner. So that downward compression, bearish channel, VWAP, resistance test coming up. So that determines if we go higher or if we break back lower to the downside. Okay. Okay. Okay, see what kind of reaction we get off of that G50. G50. All right. Let's see if I continue push. Shockwave off Lotto. Let's take a look at Google. Yep, Google. Yep, Google is brewing, and Google does have or is an area where it can get a nice little push to the upside. All right, so you compare that. So SPY breaks out, possibly all those names catch a nice little bid. If SPY goes into this area and breaks down, the names that got a dead cat bounce, and they can possibly see a nice little drop back to the downside. Let's go back to Meta real quick. Okay, Meta, here we call Meta. We said keep a close eye on that channel on Meta, that downward compression, that flag on Meta, see if it played out. Check back on it real quick. It's still kind of just compressing here, nothing much. One little fake break. Okay, still in that channel territory. So Meta's a mover. This area will be critical. VWAP coming up along with that key level. Meta 600 is critical. We're above 600. That's what the fight is over here. Who can dictate the pace off 600? All right, can we stay above 600 or do you fall back onto 600? So 600 VWAP and this key level coincide. The key level being 599.08. Who can dictate the pace from the zone? All right, we'll control price. So separation away from the zone will be critical. Now we're above it. Okay, SPY is starting to reject. See if it can fall back under this G50, or does it go retest, bounce, push higher? Does it fall under it, or does it go retest, bounce, and continue to ascend? That's what's up for grabs. As it pursues. Oh, that's a little too big. This area up here. Okay. Yeah, Meta needs to stay above that. Yep. Meta does need to stay above it if you're bullish. If you're bearish, of course, you need Meta to break below that zone that we just discussed and get below VWAP decisively. So to give you some context, let's take a look at Meta here real quick. All right, location, location, location. Okay, you have to know where we are. Okay. So now it's basically testing the zone. Separation away from here. Separation away from that 597, 600 level. We did dip into here this morning. Look at that. The edge of that bounce zone. Okay, so now can we get this nice reclaim, recapture of that 600? Or do we get a complete fold and a gravitation back towards there? That's what's up for grabs right now. Okay, that's what's up for grabs. All right, separation away from the zone is what the back and forth is about. That's what it's about. Okay. SPY, see if there's any 15-minute reversals on SPY. Okay, SPY is trying to mount. Okay, it did pull a 15-minute reversal. It pulled it off. Okay, 2 down, 2 up. So now let's see if we can continue that reversal. Stay above that level, get above that key level on the 1, and start to work its way to towards that VWAP. All right, or is that another dead cat bounce on the 15, sending us lower? So this is what's up for grabs. What kind of interaction do we get with this level here? What kind of interaction do we get? That will determine a lot. Okay, Amazon is starting to break down once again. Amazon is starting to break down once again. Meta may come back to this 595 again for a double bottom. That would be good. Okay, XLV and XLF. Look at that, guys. The only an XLP. That's safety. Lilly, Walmart, Meta, Apple. Only ones for calls. Okay, so Shockwave got the job done today. Good, good, good. Yep, see if Amazon can dump one more time. If you're on Amazon to dump, if you're on Amazon, you need SPY to dump here. That would be helpful. get below it, and start to go to the downside. That's going to really help Amazon. Okay, but if SPY starts to bounce off that 733.17, okay, Amazon can potentially hold that level or try to make its way back towards that VWAP. Back towards that VWAP. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions today? That's what's going to be predicated on for Amazon. Who's done for the day, guys? I want to see done for the days in the chat. Done for the days in the chat. I thought, okay, screen now, okay, head and shoulder on spine. 1 minute, okay. Okay, SPY is starting to go. So for my Amazon folks, you need that breakdown at least back at 732.32. That can give you the leeway for Amazon to drop into 263.70 lows of the day. All right. If you need a TP, TP. Okay. You can see Amazon comes into this territory. A couple of major areas Amazon needs to get past. Here. So Amazon, very stubborn. Very stubborn for Amazon. Okay. Amazon very stubborn. So these candles will remain red as long as we're below that stop out up there. See if we can start to slide to 264.01 on Amazon. Okay, that'd be a great area to look to scale some. Okay. Down goes Tesla for another leg lower. Tesla lows the day. Tesla lows the day. Okay, Amazon headed towards 264.01. So in this case, you'll take the puts here. You have to sit through a little bit of drawdown, no structural break. Your risk is all the way up there. And now you're finally starting to see some appreciation on those contracts. Okay, fueled by what the indexes are doing. Who else is in Amazon? Nice bounce on Walmart off of that 9 on that 130 cycle level. See if SPY can push into that 732.85 piece by piece. Divergence between SPY and the Qs. You can see SPY is at the Qs are at the lows of the day, and SPY is not there yet. And now we're seeing this clear divergence, and the Dow is near the highs of the day. So the Qs at the lows of the day, the Dow on the verge of it just made highs of the day, pulling back a little bit. So this tells you the rotation story. Okay, that tells you the rotation story right there. Okay, I'm going to take a quick coffee refill break, guys. In the meantime, let's take a listen to our friends at CNBC. We'll come back. We'll go over how to join the community, how to access all the tools and resources we have to offer. We'll review the trades that we took today, and then we'll look to wrap it up. There goes SPY. There goes SPY. All right, so I'll be right back. In the meantime, let's get the likes up on YouTube. MU starts to fall. MU really starts to fall. MU. Good night, MU. Good night, MU. MU's in. When MU starts to go, guys. MU starts to go. Look at MU. Puts. Where do you take the puts? Only one signal on puts for MU. Right there, you take the puts at 7:58.70. Okay, what's the exact time? We'll tell you that signal entry right at 10:24. If you catch that, you might be done for the week. MU's a mover. MU's down $40. Okay, so that's, just imagine a 50 delta moves. Okay, $50 per dollar. Sorry, $1 per $1, $100 per 50 delta. Okay, that's 42. Okay, so $50 per dollar. So 50 delta, $50 per dollar on the contract. All right, this is all hypothetical, of course. I didn't take the trade, so 50 times 40. Right, that's close to over 2,000%. Thousands of percent. Okay. All right. And again, you can add MU to the list here. So MU, when does it say MU? MU, take the puts right here. MU puts, Intel puts, QCOM puts, SoFi puts. So I would say with the dashboard, guys, with the dashboard, for my folks who do have Shockwave, I would say keep D standard. Keep D standards, D standard, and keep the terrific 12 standard. And then you can add your own tickers here. Okay, that's the point of these 6 tickers. You can make this kind of like a wild card section. So wild card tickers. Okay, so you have your everything else, and then boom, you have this as well. All right, so that will be out very, very soon for the 2.0 update. So that's going to take the indicator to the next level. The next level. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break here, coffee refill break. Take a listen to CNBC. Halftime report. I'll be right back.
All new moves in one red-hot part of the tech trade. Joining me for this hour, we have a full desk. Josh Brown, Joe Terranova, Jason Snipe, and Jim Lebenthal. Before we get started, a quick check on the markets right now. You see a lot of red up here. The Dow pulling back almost 200 points. The S&P pulling back 1%. The NASDAQ, the hardest hit, we see tech pulling back, specifically chips, pulling back about 1 3/4 of 1%. And I left out the Russell, down about 2.5%. So technically, the NASDAQ not the hardest hit. Josh, I'm going to turn to you. Great to have you here at Post 9 today.
So exciting.
As we look at this,
No, I'm
sarcasm off the bat.
Why are we laughing? I am.
Obviously, we were coming off record highs yesterday. A bit of a pullback today. What do you make of this? It seems like part of it is a hotter than expected CPI. The headline number 3.8% higher year over year.
So what I find is the market does what it's going to do, and then we look backwards and say, what was the reason? And we can all come up with one. So if we want to use CPI, let's use CPI. But in reality, we had some very crowded trades, and most of the damage right now seems to be, the heaviest damage, seems to be contained to the SNH names. And these are stocks that are up 200%. So for people to be sitting in a Micron down 7% from its high, obviously in a perfect world, everyone sells at the top. But the reality is, live by the gun, die by the gun. If you're very heavily positioned in these stocks, you've done extraordinarily well. And this is the give back. And you want to say, oh, it's just CPI, you can do that. I don't think the reason matters as much. And I think when you're riding crowded trades like these, the really key thing to do is not try to guess when it'll end, because obviously nobody knows how to do that. But position size, like how much do I have? Do I have so much more of Western Digital today than I had when I put the trade on 3 months ago. Of course you do, because it's gone parabolic. So you can manage, you can stay in these positions if you want to. You can remain allocated to the AI CapEx theme, but recognize it's not early. Way more people have stock now to sell than you're going to get new buyers. And if you have an appropriate position size, you can live through it.
All right. Josh pointing out some of the SMH names. There's a lot of crossover when it comes to the momentum names as well. Joe, coming over to you, you're a big proponent of the momentum trade. Barclays today upgrading momentum actually from neutral to positive.
Now?
Well, however, I mean, I'll read part of it. We upgrade momentum from neutral to positive as the rally has proven resilient amid the renewed risk-on environment. Concerns around crowded positioning, as Josh has talked about, are mitigated by fundamentals with momentum delivering the strongest earnings profile. However, today, the MTUM ETF pulling back quite a bit, down more than 2.5%. A lot of crossover, though, Joe. A lot of chip names there like Broadcom and Intel, some of the top holdings there.
Yeah, that's like becoming a Knicks fan when they're up 3-0 against Philly going into the fourth game. Look, momentum has had a very powerful rally in Q2, up nearly 30%. And I believe one of the driving forces behind the Q2 recovery that we're experiencing is isolated to that momentum factor. Now, a couple of things related to it. Josh talked about positioning. I'm always looking at positioning. Goldman Sachs last week puts out a report that says relative to the last 5 years, positioning in the momentum factor is in, guess what, the 100th percentile. So we know positioning is full as it relates to allocating towards the momentum factor. You're now past earnings, so what else is going to feed that momentum factor other than price alone? And then what tends to really be the oxygen for the momentum factor is the rate environment. If you think back to when the significant outperformance for the momentum factor began, it was in the fall of 2024. And it correlated with the change in monetary policy and the beginning of lower rates. So the momentum factor likes lower rates. Am I surprised today that the momentum factor is down 2.8%? Not at all. I've talked about that over the last several days. It could very clearly unfold. And the question is, does it extend over the next several days? I wouldn't be surprised to see it do so. You have the S&P, which is sitting somewhere close to 7% above its 50-day moving average. So you just kind of understand this is the environment. This is what has been the winning strategy in the current quarter, and you're now giving back some of that outperformance. And over the next several days, it can continue. Be prepared for that. I don't think you jump up and down and say, okay, I'm going to add to positioning because I'm getting the momentum factor down 2.8%. I think you just have a little degree of patience here. All
right, so you're mentioning higher rates right now. Part of that is the CPI story, the fact that it's higher than expected. So I want to come over to you, Snipe. How are you viewing this higher than expected CPI? A lot of notes came out today. I'm going to point to one from Julia Herman from New York Life. She says cuts are still possible. I think a lot of other people are looking at the other central banks around the world. They're actually hiking rates. And that's a bit surprising, I think, that point of view from her. What is your thoughts on the impact of CPI in this market? Josh says we kind of look back and look for an explanation, but do you think this is a big reason for the pullback?
I mean, relatively in line, right? I mean, on the top line, headline, I should say, CPI 3.8%, highest it's been in 2 years. More concerned about core as I look through the bleed through. That was obviously a little bit hotter than expected. But to Joe's point, I mean, yields are up across the curve. I think that's also a story as you kind of look to what's been flying. Obviously, the semis are now 15% of the index. Crude's up 4%. I think these are and we're taking a breather. We've run a lot. The SMH is up 25% in the last month, 50% year to date. So for me, I think it is a little bit of a mixed bag with all these factors. And I think to Joe's point as well, I think it deserves a degree of patience and prudence going forward. I think it could create opportunities, but let's see how this thing plays out over the next several days. I think that's what I'm watching for.
When I think of patience and prudence, who else? Jim Lehman?
Oh, buddy, thank you. Well, listen, I've had 6 minutes here to listen to whatever he said. Great stuff. No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. The post-facto analysis that Josh, you're referring to.
Okay, SPY continues to gravitate towards the 733.17 territory. Gets above it, gets below it, gets above it. So if it can't conquer it, that kind of delays the run to VWAP for that retest and this current shift of about 20 2 minutes left before the conclusion of this shift. 22 minutes, MU falling. Yeah, so CPI is what did it today, if you ask me. And the fact that we're all the way, let's take a look at this real quick. 4 days in a row. I don't recall the last time we made 4 days in a row all-time highs off the top of my mind, but that is a record for this year. 4 consecutive days, 4-peat. So let's jump over to the daily time frame real quick. So 4 consecutive days, all-time highs. We talked about this gap being a critical area that we need to come back and retest. So this would be the dip. And we'll name this dip zone. Okay, zone. There's a good chance that some EMAs line up there as well. You can see this is trendline support. So the same things that are true on the lower time frame are true on the higher time frames. It just takes a longer period of time for it to play out. All right, so we go 2 up, 2 down, reversal, break below that daily downside breaker. And then now we're headed towards this area here. So as we head towards that area, okay, as we head towards this area, we still have a little room to go. Okay, what happens here next is the big opportunity. What happens here next is the big opportunity. Okay, if you ask me. 2 things can happen, of course. All right, buyers reload. Respect the integrity of that channel. We go back to all-time highs in a few days, or maybe same day if it gets very strong. If that can't hold, we can see our first legitimate pullback. Okay, because this drop from those highs is already 1%. So if we get below this area, that's our first 2% pullback. So if you're waiting for that 3-5% pullback, 3% would be in this area right here. That's 3% territory. So if you're looking for that 3 to 5% pullback, you want to pay attention to what takes place off of this dip zone. You want that to get invalidated. You want no buyers to show up there. If they do show up, you want it to get faded the next day. You want to turn to a nice little bounce and get faded the next day down, and it gets pushed back to downside. Okay, which is often referred to in strat terminology as a failed 2 up. Okay, the actual dip buy. That's a very shallow dip buy. This is the actual retest zone where we have some structure behind it. Okay, if we do get back into this area, that is a drop of 5%, close to 6%. Okay. All right, so we're not there yet. So we're going to be approaching this territory. We got to give the credit to the bulls first. Okay, we need overwhelming evidence to suggest that we're going to continue to collapse under it. We're riding that 9 the whole time, so that 9 kind of gets encompassed in this zone as well. So look how nicely we've been riding that 9. Okay, 9 bounce, 9 bounce, 9 bounce, 9 bounce. Coming in for that 9 retest. So this is the bear's chance to push this thing into this area. Okay, so the bulls, let's see if they reload. Do they reload? So let me know, guys. By the end of May, let's do some projections. Let's do a vote. SPY's not doing much. We already took our trades. Okay, not doing much there on SPY. So let me know by the end of May. Let's go. By the end of May. By the end of May. Okay, by the end of May. Do we see SPY here? Do we see SPY's action here? Or do we see SPY above 645, 745? End of May. Okay, where do we see SPY? Is it existing about 745? or do we pull back into this major area here? So put in the chat 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's true. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that's true. All right, I want to see what you guys are thinking. All right, and we know what the gateway is to get there. We know what the gateway is to get here. It has to do with this dip zone here. Okay, that's going to determine where we end up. Okay, so put in the chat. I like, yep. Again, guys, tremendous job. More than 10, 11 people, guys. 11 people. All right. 11 traders green on the day. 90% win rate for the community today, guys. All right, so that's going to be predicated on what takes place here at dip zones. If you're looking for that shallow dip, there you have it. If you're looking for that drop, okay, then this is going to be the segue to that drop. Can this take place in one day? No, it can't take place in one day. It's going to take place in multiple days. Okay, it's going to take multiple days to play out. On top of that, multiple days plus catalyst. All right, so that's what we have to pay attention to. Back to SPY. SPY again continues to get above, get below, get above, get below. This level not doing much. We are now outside a shockwave window. All right, we've been live for longer than... We'll go on our 3-hour mark. 3-hour mark coming up, guys. All right, we'll look to run the stream until 12:30, 12:45. Look to wrap up. If we're at 150 likes, we'll do the giveaway. Again, the key is to get that 100 likes during the first hour, which is very, very doable, but that's the goal. 15-minute reversal camp. Here we go. This is the level. You got that 15-minute entry. 5 for 15, 5-minute stop. This would be it. Okay, and the 15-minute target. Or the hourly target in this case. Of course, it's inside on the hour. It's trying to see this if you can take this into it being outside. Directional. Right, so this would be the 15-minute reversal. 5-minute stop. That's how it looked like. All right, so what that means is reclaiming this. And then this being your suggested TP. And this being the next suggested TP. Stop right here. Okay, so if you're looking for something on the 15, that'll be it. 5-minute stop. If you go do this, give you an idea. So no trigger yet. Okay, so back to here, that's about 2 to 1. This is about close to 1 to 1. So now if you have your risk marked out, if you know where your defined risk is, if you know where your entry is, okay, now what is the criteria here? What is your entry criteria? What do you want to see there? A break, break hold, break retest. Okay, that's what it's going to come down to. All right, so that's a potential idea there. If that 15-minute decides to reverse into an hourly breaker, okay. Okay, that already played out there. That'll be it. So you see how close that lines up with this. Closer lines up with that key level, 733.17. So if you have a good level in your chart, they're going to line up. Okay, good levels always line up with something. Good levels always line up with something. Anyone still holding Amazon? If you are, starting to push. Starting to push the downside. Starting to push the downside. Let's listen here.
Microsoft. And that was one of the keys to Azure winning. I think with NVIDIA, it's a very similar story. There's no one seriously working in AI that is not working in the CUDA platform. The entire premise of AI is built inside of that software, and as a result, the hardware, the chips, I think maintain this competitive hold on the market. It's not that there aren't other chips. It's not that we don't have companies coming out with application-specific integrated circuits that can do smaller pieces of these workloads. But in the end, NVIDIA still owns this market. If and when that ever hits a wall, I'm sure it'll be painful. I don't think this is the quarter where we need to worry about that.
They give you simplicity because you don't have the requirement to stack chips if you're able to use NVIDIA's advanced chips.
Yeah, by the way, a lot of people agree with both of you. Give me 1 second, Jim. Price target raised by Wells from 265 up to 315. The Susquehanna from 250 up to 275. Susquehanna saying visibility extending well into 2027. To Josh's point, expect better results and guidance.
You know what I feel we sort of blow by a lot is how much investments NVIDIA has made in the AI ecosystem. And to the extent that we worry about, hey, at some point, Josh, you were just talking about this, that the large language models get more efficient and they don't need as much chips. You know where they're going to benefit NVIDIA is from all the investments they've made in the AI ecosystem. I mean, that's actually really smart. Maybe somebody who's a more value-oriented investor would have said, hey, they should have taken that cash and buy back shares or increased dividends. No, I think they've done something very smart. Inevitably, that wall will be hit. It will be hit.
The last two big appearances that Jensen has made, he has gone out of his way, I think, my opinion, not to spend a lot of time talking about LLMs. He's talking about robots and autonomy and devices and the physical world. He seems to be way more focused, and that's like, I don't know, a 2029, 2030 bull market. We're not even on the doorstep of that robotics revolution, and NVIDIA will be just...
Down goes Amazon, lows the day. Down goes Amazon, lows the day. Congratulations for holders. The ones who held through Amazon. All right. Now we're able to take it to the lows of the day. USMC, if you did, congratulations. I know you had to sit through a little back and forth, but eventually, all right, got to those lows. Took forever and a day. All right. But when it works out, it's all forgiven. When it works out, it's all forgiven. And it didn't get back beyond the stop. It didn't get beyond the stop. If you use view up as your stop, it didn't get beyond it, especially if you took the entry based off of this last signal. Right? You sat through some back and forth. It really tested your patience. You can take profits there. Okay, you can take some profits here if you like. You can take profits there. So if I were in this position, I'll take a majority off right there. Okay, see if the runners can break below this area. If they can break, great. And I'll probably move my stop with the runners to here and see if I can milk this thing as it slides. Gave it up. Okay, good. All right, if it's within your risk, again, it was very stubborn. All right, we knew it was going to be stubborn from the get-go. All right. Good. So Amazon's starting to break. So you got the dump, USMC. I saw your comment on YouTube. QQQ 9 EMA. QQQ 9 EMA. So no reversal here. All right, there's no reversal here. No break above that 733.48. I'm using that 15 minute. Okay, nothing there. Piano keys. So when does this setup become invalid? All right, when does it change? When the next 15-minute candle comes up. Critical test that support coming up. Qs are starting to give. Qs are going back to the lows of the day. Qs are going back to the lows of the day. I'm not sure why that's giving you that link, guys. Let's go over it. Let's go over all the features of our community. How to access Shockwave, how to join our community, guys. Let's go over it real quick. SPY's looking to break down here. Again, keeps pasting that link. Okay, so again, if you're looking to join our community, all the links are pinned up top. Go to smartactiontrain.com, smartactiontrain.com. All right. We emphasize education, process over profits. We emphasize, we have a community, we have indicators, we have courses, we have coaching, all the tools and resources you need to perform at your best, to have the educational edge you need, to have a community alongside you to trade with, and have access to all the resources. We truly believe in this 6-step framework. Okay, learn the foundation, watch the live trading, study execution, build consistency, upgrade your tools, rinse, repeat, refine. All right, this is the cycle you're gonna submit to. Some of you are still at 1. Okay, some of you are just watching the live. You're at 2. Some of you are studying the execution. All right, there's no better way to learn than seeing it take place live. There's no better way to learn than seeing it take place live, especially for the kinesthetic learners. Okay, and then you build consistency, you upgrade your tools, rinse, repeat, refine. All right, so not only is our site a great place for you to get access to the chart, you have an economic calendar, top news stories, heat map, and my watch list. All right, the names I watch every day. The Terrific 12. I'll be changing the Terrific 12 every quarter. All right, I'll be changing this list every quarter because of how quickly things change. Or of course, I have the Mag 7 out there. We had the FANG at some point in time. All right, who knows? Maybe one day we'll have our own ETF. Okay, who knows? We'll see. Okay, we shall see. But you have a terrific watch list there. Okay, go to smartactiontrain.com. It's a tool and resource for you. But what we got going on is a starter pack special. So this is gonna be the best bang for your buck. Starter pack special. What does it include? It includes 12 months access to our Spy Strikers monthly Spy Strikers community, Shockwave 15, lifetime access, coaching call, bootcamp ticket, all that provided to you for one price. You pay once, 12-month access, lifetime access to Shockwave. So this is built if you're looking for that bundle, right? There's a great starter pack. It's the best bang for your buck. But if you're looking to get started and join the community and trial out the community, the best way to do so is jump in the monthly. Use the code TRIAL30. All right, TRIAL30 saves you 30%. There's 20 spots available every single month. When that fills up, you can go jump to quarterly. So if you're on the trial tier, a monthly tier, and you're going to jump over to the quarterly, you save 5%. If you want to jump from the quarterly to the yearly and get 4 months free, this will be the best bang for your buck. If you're in the community and you're looking to have a massive savings. All right, what does the yearly come with? There's always perks, right? It comes with the boot camp and the bonus, the coaching call and the bonus, and the boot camp. Coaching call and boot camp, that's what it includes on top of everything else. What do you have access to? You have access to all the tools and resources you need, all right? You have access to the live trading, pre-market prep, delay-free ad-free live trading and training, my ebook, 6-hour getting started day trading course. You have AI trading tools, flow data. You have 2,500 plus hours of educational material, webinar, past streams as well. So all the things you can imagine you have access to. If there's a tool and resource you're looking for and you think it can add tremendous value to the community, bring it to the table. If it's a software we need for the community, bring it to the table. I'll get it. Right. So whatever we can get, send me a DM, guys. Whatever you think can help, okay, our community, I don't mind adding it to the community and whatever it is. We did the same thing with Flow. A lot of you wanted Flow, right? We got Flow. AI alerts, we got the AI alerts. All right, well, so we're continuing to add to the community consistently and constantly to make it better and better and better and better. So that's our Spy Strikers community. If you're looking to join, the link is pinned in the chat. If you want the indicator, the latest and greatest indicator, Shockwave 15 Pro 2.0 coming out by the end of the month. I just previewed some of the features. Okay, so a lot of you who did purchase during the early bird special, you're in this category. All right, you have lifetime access, priority support. You don't have to worry about anything else. But for those of you who are on the fence, all right, try the quarterly. Okay, one-time payment, 3-month access. Okay, if you want the yearly, $697, 12-month access. These are not recurring. So I'm going to replace this auto renew as not recurring. As you pay for it, you have access to it from the time you do pay for 3 months, and then after that, your time with the indicator expires. You can do the yearly as well, but this is the only lifetime access over here. You have access to all the indicators, all the tools that come with it, all the upgrades, and with this, guys, depends on when you get it. So say if you get it without when the update comes, all right, the update comes with, you get the update. You get the updated version. The lifetime, all right, you get all the versions, because I'm going to add the people on the lifetime tier to a separate indicator. So you're going to have 2 indicators. You're going to have one Shockwave Pro, okay, Shockwave 15 Pro. The first one is 1.0. The second one is 2.0. I'm going to add you to a separate list, and you're going to add that indicator to your chart. Okay, so very, very important. Those are some ways, and of course we have courses, we have coaching. Everything you need is all available on our site. All right, so we're continuously leading with education, leading with demonstration, providing you all the tools and resources you need. We're seeing success in a lot of traders, and these are a few of the traders that did leave a testimony in our Discord. So again, if you are in our Discord, and if you do find a lot of the stuff you're seeing helpful, and you are finding this stuff useful, and you're starting to see some improvement in your trading journey, make sure to leave a review on WAP. Make sure to leave a testimonial in the Discord. So everyone who's looking to join, all that access is there available to you. And I'll say the best way to go, okay, is the starter pack. The starter pack special. You get everything you need, one payment. Everything you need is there. Held Amazon gave, okay. Any other questions, guys, on YouTube? Any other questions? So all the resources are available on, okay, right here. So I did paste the wrong link for some reason. Did paste the wrong link there. Give me 1 second. Okay, I did paste the wrong link in the Discord. So whichever link you guys need, let me know. All right. So this is the quarterly tier. So a lot of you are interested in the quarterly tier. You send me a DM. You say, hey, you know what? I'm looking to see if I can get this via. Here's the link to the Shockwave quarterly tier. Okay. So if anyone did enter Golden Goose Club today or this week, congratulations. Okay. Continue to refine. Continue to get better. Continue to master the system, and you're in good hands. You are in good hands. We had a lot of Golden Goose entrants last week. Okay, we're getting a nice structural breakdown. Down goes SPY. Down goes the Qs. Lows of the day. Okay, the selling continues. Where's Amazon? Amazon is out of here. All those stubborn buyers got tired of buying this thing up and not going anywhere. And Amazon is really starting to break down as SPY breaks down. Any other names? Apple has just continued to hold up there. Apple's holding up. Nvidia, verge of a breakdown. Keep a close eye there. Amazon finally hit TP1. Finally hit TP1. That's $1.56. $1.55. Okay, $1.55. Walmart continues to go north. Tesla, nice breakdown on Tesla. Tesla might be the most beautiful breakdown so far. Okay, came early. It came early and Close that out. Close this out. Boom. Look at Tesla, guys. Tesla, this is must-see TV. Get that breakdown. And you can really milk this all the way to the downside. Now Tesla's down. Okay, Tesla's down. We got some breaking news. Senate confirms Karen Warsh as Fed governor paving the way for Fed confirmation vote. Okay. Good. Tesla's down close to $15. All right, so if you add the noise suppression feature on Tesla, that's what it's designed to do. All right, you're going to say if you want those aggressive TPs, not every single name goes that breaks down to this extent. You can say until stop or TP3, and what it's going to do is going to block out all the noise. Look. All the candles are going to be painted red so you don't get shaken out. Of course, just because it's painted red, it doesn't mean that there's no buying taking place. But you're going to pay attention to the structural shifts. As long as the bounces that are coming in are those highs at the end of those bounces are lower than the most relevant highs, the most recent relevant highs, then look for those lows to get taken out. Okay, this goes all the way to TP3. Okay. So congratulations, guys, today. Good. Google to the downside. Google's going south. Keep a close eye there. We're out of the window. That's something to pay attention to. Google's headed towards that PML. Okay, needs to slice and dice through that 384.29. Slice and dice through 384.29. I think my other screen might be frozen. Okay, my other chat screen is frozen. All right, so my chat screen is frozen, guys, on YouTube. So the last comments that I saw are coming back, are all the way from 11:30. Okay, so YouTube screen is frozen on my tablet. So let me take a look here. Johnson & Johnson, let me get caught up on my phone. Rejection breakdown, fib. And before you take a trade, always look left on your chart and ask yourself, did price move up or down from here? Keep things simple, 100%. Thank you for all you do, brother. I got my lakefront hot tub filled up today. Trading in the hot tub. You got the best setup. My man. That's the beauty of trading, guys. You can trade from anywhere. Okay, you can trade from anywhere. So when you really start to hone in on this craft, all right, you really start to unlock that side of the benefits. Right now, I know some of you who are starting are not able to capitalize off the benefits because you're still in that growth phase. Okay, so keep that in mind. You will get over the hump if you have a process. You will get over that hump, and when you do, okay, you can do it from anywhere. All right. Okay. Trading the hot tub. Good. New here. Caught a few live shows. I may have found a new home. Welcome. BG Green. Absolutely. MU down 10%. Okay. Good risk management. How do you know eights? How do you know it's time to enter? Using my entry model, using price action. Using market context, multiple things. Tesla fell off a cliff. It's been selling off basically the entire day. So don't chase, guys. How do I join the Discord? Great question. There's a link pinned at the top of the chat, guys. If you're looking to join the Discord, I make 20 spots available every month. Okay, use the code TRIAL30, and that gives you 30%. I can't make this stuff for free. The YouTube is already for free. Okay, there are people that pay every single month. All right, so the YouTube itself is free. That's more than enough. But if you want that extra, all right, go to smartactiontrain.com. I'll drop the link. Go to the community tab. Okay, there is some trial spots left. Use the code TRIAL30. And that's your trial. That's a very steep trial, okay? A very deep discount. Okay, nowadays, $48, $50, not going to get anything. All right, but you still can access all the tools and information you need to better yourself as a trader. That's available to you. Use the code TRIAL30. So there are still a few spots left. Okay, I would post it on YouTube, but my YouTube screen is frozen, so let me post it here on another YouTube screen. Okay. It's pinned at the top as well. You can see that there's banners at the top of the screen that continues to rotate. You can also scan one of those codes. All right, so I make it very easy for you to jump in. It's not too complicated. It's not too complicated. All right, let's get caught up here. Okay, so that's how you join. Chief. Reese, Amazon selling off. The bears want to move. SPY is in a standstill between 730, 317, 731, 64 lows of the day. Okay, it's killing me, but not allowing the chase. MU, thank the Lord, massive diamond hand. Beautiful job, USMC. I know you had to sit through a little back and forth, but great job. Just getting caught up on the chat. Google short. Yep, nice drop on Google. Good call out, Jimmy. Holding 600 for now. Yeah, we need separation rate for 600 on Meta. Some kind of separation in either direction. Okay. Okay, guys. So there's the link. Tesla 420 puts possible. If you're already in Tesla, right, you can try to milk a little more out of it. If the market's still in that channel, 420 is very possible. But if you're looking to open up a new position here for the 420s, it might be tough. Okay, it might be tough. Maybe look for maybe a bounce coming to some kind of high, and then get that breakdown so you have a little bit of a cushion. But if your entry is all the way, say even if your entry is at weekly level, okay, you you can try to see if there's room to 420. It just depends on where your entry is. Good entry, you've extracted profits, you're sitting pretty. Yeah, you can be there if the trend continues, right? If the waves are continuing to wave, if you're looking to establish a new position. All right, let this thing bounce off those lows. You don't want to take the lows into lower lows. Why? Because look, we make a lower low here, we bounce. We make a lower low, we bounce. All right, so let's see if I can at least come into this high here, or this previous shift low, and reject. That's what I would think of. But Tesla is selling off aggressively. Let's take a look at Tesla. Bigger picture, intraday time frame. Look at that sell off on Tesla. Slice and dice to that level. No buyers, no one interested. Yeah, Tesla does have room. Vicious. No buyers, no takers between 429.25, 430.51. Said nope. Okay, yeah. So that's the path we're currently taking. Okay, minimal friction in this area. If we can smoothly move through this territory this quickly, if we have enough selling pressure, we can smoothly push back that territory quickly as well. Right? Because the buyers had their way here. There was no contention. So same thing. Right here. So now Tesla continues to dump, headed towards 420. All the way through. Okay. So you stay below that territory. So Tesla might want to pursue the teens, the high teens. If you get to 420, breaks 420, no buyers there, or no significant amount of buying there, we can see Tesla in the teens, high teens. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions before we wrap it up? Before we wrap it up, any questions, guys? The chat is leaning towards being bearish. And make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Let's see if we can crack 5,150 subs on our journey to 6K. We can only get there with your support. Okay. That's the only way to get there. Okay, value gets delivered. You like, you subscribe, we'll get there. Tesla's dumping. So now all eyes on PPI. CPI came in hot. See if PPI does the same thing. Okay, then that can lead us into the area we discussed. There goes SPY. Breaks down, retrace, reject. The big thing is, how does it interact with the lows of the day? The Qs are well below the lows of the day. All right, this sell-off is in the mega cap. Our mega cap friends, mega cap tech names, and of course, the semiconductor names. Okay, this is natural. This is a normal occurrence. They ran up, so again, some profit taking. Q's pulling back. IW. That was our trade of the day. But this thing had some more room to the downside. IWM. Look at IWM, guys. Look at IWM. So we rode this IWM to the first drop. Second drop. Just says good night. Hits TP3. It's out of this world. Forming a nice little base here. Okay. Downward sloping resistance. So IWM just fell off a cliff as well. All right. So for you to catch a move of this magnitude on IW today, right? Say if you took profits already. Okay. Then to catch that close to $4 move on IW to the downside, you would have to be in the position for this long. Okay. So for more than 3 hours. During the 3 hours, that position is going to fall victim. You're going to be up really big, but data is going to start to kick in. Okay, so IWM, beautiful move. Amazon, nice move as well. We took Amazon twice. Apple. Okay, Apple has just been a mess. Look how messy Apple is, guys. Look how messy Apple is. Okay, look at this. Look at this whipsaw. Whipsaw action on Amazon. a whipsaw action on Apple. Okay, so SPY is headed towards the lows of the day. Down go the Qs. Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser as we continue to sell off here. SPY is headed towards the lows of the day. Nice structural break. Didn't even have enough strength to come and test this resistance. We're still in that channel. We're still in that channel as we continue to sell off. The Dow's the only thing holding us. If the Dow was dumping to the same extent, SPY could easily be in the 720s. Okay, the low 720s and the high 17s. In the teens. On dashboard, how do I create one? Create what? Ashok. Please clarify, and I'll answer your question. What are you looking to create? This dashboard here. This dashboard here, the one I'm looking at here. Oh, that dashboard, okay. That dashboard is part of the indicator. That dashboard is part of the indicator, so you have to purchase the indicator to have access to that dashboard. Okay. Purchase the indicator to have access to that dashboard. Okay, so if you purchased it today, then that's going to be part of the update at the end of the month. Okay, so if you already have it, if you have access to it, then it will be part of the update. If you have Shockwave already, they'll automatically be sent to you, that dashboard. Okay. That's our first update. First update. Okay, so the quarterly plan is available. We'll roll that out. All right, if you guys like it, we'll stick with it. Okay, we'll see how that goes. All right, trying to make it a little more accessible on a 3-month tier. Tesla looking to take another leg lower. Google falling off a cliff. Nvidia starting to fall off a cliff now. Okay. Any questions, guys, before I wrap it up here? Any questions? If not, thank you for tuning in as always. Hopefully you found value. If you're just joining for the first time, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Long-time viewers, take the next steps. Accelerate your journey, your trading journey. Join the community. Access all the tools and resources. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We got PPI, so we let the market digest the data like we did today. We'll look to take advantage of the opportunity once the market digests the data, whether it goes up, whether it goes down. As long as it moves, we'll have something to do. Okay. Hopefully, you found value from the show today. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure your notifications are on. Stay safe. If you're still in the trenches, okay. If you're green already, stay clean. If you're still in the trenches and you're green, I would highly suggest, as a close friend, all right, friendly advice, be done for the day. You don't want to give back your green. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We have PPI. After that, we have 2 more days left. All right, if you're closing in on your first green week, possibly, and you're very green from the past 2 days, all right, by the end of the week, make sure you are green. Okay, don't give back everything you made in one trade. Okay, ensure that you're multiple trades away going wrong, away from giving back your green. Okay, you don't want to be 1 trade away from being green 5 trades in a row. Okay, 1 trade should not take away 5 trades. Okay, one trade should take away one trade. All right, so very, very important that you do that, guys. On that note, thank you for tuning in as always. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, and God bless each one of you. Any questions? Any questions?